Da 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 da. 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 Da da da. Da da da. Da da da. Da 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 da. Da da da. You enjoying this, peoples? All right. Schmuel, rock and roll, play UT. Thank you, Serenity. Now, I've been actually talking for the last 10 minutes to myself on a unlisted stream because I'm an idiot. I guarantee you that I'm an idiot. I am laughing. I was testing some stuff last night, working with Social Stream Ninja, and ran an unlisted stream. And when I went up onto EvMux today and edited the destination to prepare for tonight, I also had it unlisted. So thank you for, or to one Echo Pineapple who let me know. And I am an idiot. So there you go. There you go. But as I've often said, I'm hoping to learn how to do this and to get good at it the day before I die, and then we'll go from there. Waiver is in the chat. Waiver, and I'm gone. All right. We're gonna get rid of this background because I don't think we need it. Let's blur and yeah, I like that better. So there we go. Wow. So anyway, it's Schmuel Buckman. It's Tuesday, December 16th, which means we're less than 10 days away from Christmas, which I hope you all enjoy. And there's no intended Christmas show, but I imagine that will probably come on at some point after I get home from family. Just to remind everybody, memberships are available for $1.99 until the end of the month. And the super tips, supertip.gg/Buckman would be great. And we have a new super tip system. It's actually pretty cool. And it should have some new voices in it. I don't know if they've actually been connected yet, but yeah, we've got the decent ones. We've got the Kevin Brennans and the Karmic X's and those guys in our super tip system. So there we go. Yes, happy Hanukkah started the other night, and it will continue for a few more nights, but not really a big holiday. And the other part of my family is really into the Christmas celebration. So there we go. I guess there are Shuleys in England. We certainly know that there are in Australia. I sent links are out, although I think this is going to be me solo tonight. We're going to adopt the cigar principle, which is I am going to smoke this one. It's about a 6-incher. And when it ends, I think the stream will end. This week before Christmas is rough for me. It's kind of really it's a tough schedule. And I actually would be here at my normal time, except my assistant, who has type 1 diabetes and insulin issues and all that, did not get her flu shot, but did get the flu. So I don't want her here. I don't want her anywhere near me. Um, so I'm here and in the office, and it's just easier to do it at this time so I don't get home at midnight. Um, the final boss. The final boss should have the link. Um, yeah, Lady KB, yes, but not for this, for my business. Um, I have no assistance in this other than what I can get, catch as catch can. And Dave Sarah has been amazing and has really helped me put all the stuff together. But Dave's schedule is more fucked up than mine because his parents and his brother and everybody that he takes care of don't seem to have a lot of respect for him and or his time. So yeah, we really haven't been turned down much for the link. I didn't send it out to a lot of people tonight. I was hoping that OG Mumbling Nick would come on, but I don't know if that's going to happen. And I'm still trying to sort out the events of earlier today and what's going on in the Dabbleverse. It's weird, man. You miss like a night and you miss everything. I have not been watching nearly as many um, Dabbleverse shows as we normally do. And you guys are way up on this. I don't even know about this panhandler Dixon feud, but I now understand that it started with Mersh, so it's all very confusing to me. But I will get there. I want I wanted OG on for something else. And for those of you wondering about Panhandler, I did not send him the link, but that's only because he blocked Dave Sarah, and I want to find out what that's about first. So let me get that done, and then we can handle the other stuff. But I don't really want to get into the Dixon shit just yet. And the final boss has decided he was never going to appear on this station, channel, stream ever. And I admire that because he's certainly he's the one guy that's actually done it. And I will say has not played around with it. I don't get him missing debates and then sending me very touching DMs about why they couldn't appear and what they'd like to do in the future and things that would never get on. So that's the deal. Drunken Drunken Donuts. Whoa, sorry, KB. We got it. It has to be about you. Yeah, right. I mean, isn't that the thing? Isn't that the thing? So you want to know why he blocked Dave? Link him up. After I find out from Dave, you can't be blocking my main man and then me having you on, right? Like, let me find out first whether they deserved it or not. And to know Panhandler is to know a guy that can overreact. He's friends with somebody one day, then he's not the next, and very hard to keep track. So it's much easier talking to the people that he's having fights with. I am actually interested in interviewing people and seeing what makes them tick. That's why I'm here. And thank you for the £2, my friend Eckel. You didn't have to write Eckel. You don't have to write that. We'll do it. We'll do it. All right. I mean, I didn't see you getting down, thanking, giving me all the thanks for every time I send you money, all you do is tell me I owe you more. So, uh, we can slow down with that. But here's my deal, guy. My thing is that um, I gotta dance with the one who brung me, and Dave brung me, and I feel like I want to give him a chance to let me know what's going on. And I also want to see if Panhandler just is no, because if I bring Panhandler on, he's gonna have an explanation, he's gonna have all this stuff, and I would much rather um hear it from Dave first. So what's actually very funny about this, Metal Gear Solid, what you don't know, it's your chat is, I'm sure TFB can get Panhandler on. Uh, the other day, I got the same but reverse, which said, "I'm sure Panhandler can get TFB on because 'cause they're best buds now." Alright, cigar lighting time. Ready? And it's a big one. No cigarillo tonight. You know fun? Yeah. Say Romeo y Julieta Reserve Real. It's a lovely cigar. And that's another reason why I like to do it. Um, some might argue that lighting a cigar is creating content. There we go. Brian Clowder. Why so much drama? What the fuck, people? That's kind of what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out what all this drama is about. And some of it seems to be kind of getting into the upper levels, but down here at the bottom of the crab pot, that seems to be where most of the fighting is going on. It's hilarious. It's like guys like me, 30, 40 viewers fighting with other guys who've like got 30, 40 viewers, while the guys that are getting 800 and 1,200 viewers are sitting around laughing their asses off at the guys getting 30 and 40 viewers fighting with themselves. So, and some of it is pretty interesting because some of it's pretty interesting. Um, in that some of these guys, some of these guys with 30, 40 viewers have been doing this like for years and years and years, which is fine, which is cool because it's like I won't be able to do it for years and years because I'll be dead. But I see that like I see doing it for fun. But I do find it very funny when it, you got the experienced old timer um, telling you how to do things and this is what you need to do and all that stuff. It reminds me of salespeople. You know, when you walk in and the guy who does the sales, the guy who makes the money, got no time for you. But the guy who has plenty of time, who's been doing this forever, and is telling you about how great he did 15 years ago. If any of you have seen Glengarry Glen Ross, just think of Shelley. Uh, and that's kind of how I view much of uh, what I see here. So, all right, here's the deal. Um, Brian Clowder, 3865. Be more creative to all channels. That's creating drama. It's gay. Um, I don't disagree with you. I don't do clips that's not my that's not my thing. Um, and I don't have an issue with them, but um, I feel like everybody's probably seen them by the time we already get here, and then I can talk about them. And then if they're not, if I don't get it right, then that's great. And if the clip, is accurate, which it usually is, and I'm usually wrong, then where's the fun in that? Um, I am interested because this is the narrative, and I can't live past it. I'm just surprised that Panhandler isn't allowed on Schmuel's show due to Pat's comments. Nothing to do with Pat's comments, but um, if you want to believe that, uh, feel free. Feel free, because I can't change it. And no matter what I say, is not going to change it. So um, there we go. Let's let me jump into something else first that I seem to be getting a little kickback on, and not to explain it, but just to say that I don't regret doing it and whatever. Uh, I kicked Tommy off the other night because he came on with a filter, and I wasn't anticipating him coming on with a filter, and it was not something that I would have agreed to for a first timer on the channel with other guests. So um, there we go. But Tommy handled it well, and I that's great. And he and I talked about it. I think I did send Tommy the link, but I think I also everybody that I sent the link to, I told to come on around 7 because I wanted to get through this stuff for me. Um, I don't know. There's a lot of shit going on, right? There's all there's all sorts of fighting going on back and forth, and trolling, and stealth is back. Um, I don't find him that I like stealth. I like talking to him. Um, but I'm not overwhelmed by his presence, and he tends to come in, get himself into a pile of shit, and then take off, wait a few months, and then come back like he's saving us. So I what do you call it? It's okay. It's fine. But I watched him the other day with Chow, and I don't know who the hell else it was, and it really looked to me like they were trying to replicate Clowntown. But what do I know? Um, and yes, if one were to print out the transcript of this broadcast and read it, they would conclude it's the ravings of a lunatic. I 100% agree. The only part that's pretty fucking cool is it would be in comparison to Karmic's, so I'd probably get away with it. And if Roy Cohn Esquire is wearing shorts, I hate you because I am freezing my ass off. But we love Roy Cohn. Girth women. No one's trying to replicate Clowntown. Um, You might say that, but looks pretty much like they're trying to replicate Clown Town, and which I think would be par for the course for stealth. Needs to be the center of attention, and with Chow, he can be, and he's saving Chow, and he's going to bring Chow out. I gotta say, the quaff the Chow got, right? The color, the cut, the whole bit, facing the camera head on, that was all for stealth. Um, and God bless stealth if he can get Chow to do that. Um, it was amazing. I think I don't know. He must be admiring him. I'd say he's in love, but stealth looks a little old. Um, Big W, I thought I woke up and went back in time 6 months. Um, and Lady KB, it's 65 in Denver. Interesting. Yes, I was watching the Denver football game. No, I was watching Denver yesterday, and it was like 60 or something there, while it was in the 20s here, and fucking windy cold, and it had snowed the day before, and that snow had turned to ice, and what a pain in the ass. I really need to move to a warmer climate, or go put myself in one of those 55 and over communities where they shovel the snow for you. Although I have so I have a next door. I had past tense a next door neighbor who has a snowblower, had a snowblower. Um, and these houses at the beach are pretty fucking close to each other, and they're really not that big, but the sidewalks and shit in front. Anyway, this guy would take out his snowblower and he would snowblow the fuck out of his front. And I mean, it would be spotless, like perfect, everything else. And I could be there with the shovel doing the shit. Not a peep, not a word. And yesterday, old Bill from down the street, um, who has a snowblower, took his snowblower and went down and did the entire block, both sides. So kudos to Bill. I think that's pretty. I think that's pretty exciting, and I bet Carmick would love to get in on a snowblower talk. Uh, yeah, but isn't he like banned from touching farm equipment and stuff? I don't know if it's because he breaks it or because they're concerned about self harm. Um, but I don't know. And when I was a kid, we had a neighbor. This is, in today's world, when you use a snowblower, you got to hold the thing, right? And if you let it go, the snowblower stops. I had a neighbor who, I shouldn't say neighbor, this guy right in the neighborhood. Yeah, I guess he was doing the thing with the snowblower, and the thing was churning, and he got his scarf pulled into it, and him pulled into it. It was it was horrible, blood everywhere. Um, so um, amazing, amazing. But I guess that just doesn't happen anymore. I guess unsafe snowblowers have gone the way of lawn darts. Uh, Victoria's asking where is Stealth, and I don't know because normally he would be here, um, telling me how much I suck. But it it is what it is, and yeah, snowblower talk. Uh, I'm playing a game here because I know that that's not what you want to hear. You want me to get into the dirt of what's going on, and you can't just I can't just jump right in there. Um, Amy, I hate to say this, but also had a neighbor who would use a snowblower on my sidewalk and driveway, so my ears perked up at this talk. it's pretty fucking it's I don't know, it was pretty cool. I was like, I don't know. I was impressed, man. I came walking out and I'm kinda looking at my sidewalk and I'm like, it's clean," and I look and I see Bill going down the street, so, that was pretty good. So, there we go. You guys really want Panhandler, huh? I'm gonna make you I'm gonna, uh, make you wait. So, what were we talking about on Saturday? Oh, so the I it's interesting to me that, uh, this bottom of the crab pot thing where all these people are fighting and, kinda going after each other and whatnot, and I saw that, OG Mumbling Nick was in the, crosshairs of them, today, and, there's literally not a nicer guy on the internet in the Dabbleverse than Nick, and, it's going after him is bullshit. You know what, Panhandler? I'm not in the mood right now. Um, I was going to use my "I'm not in the mood" thumbnail, to do this, but, I would but thank you for the $1.99, NJ Ranger. I actually did think about doing that, and to be perfectly honest, I'm not in the mood. Uh, the whole Pat, uh, Panhandler thing caught me by surprise. I knew nothing about it. Um, I was being scolded by Chow, who was repeating a scold of me by Granny. And, and then he had a he, so we were going on, Dixon wasn't in it, but then, Chow felt the need to report me to Mr. Dixon, and then Dixon came in, then I found out about the Panhandler thing, and it was like, I'm very confused. I anticipate that there should only be 1 feud a day, but when there's more, I can't believe it, and, yes, Roy, you and your shorts, I'm very disappointed, but I wouldn't say what the final boss says, uh, about, uh final boss says, "Sounds like Chow being gay as usual." I wouldn't have pegged that, but definitely the coif and the tailored clothing and the change of camera angle and all that stuff for stealth. Um, and I have a feeling, um, that Mr. Pineapple has gotten to him a little bit. Um, so I firmly believed at that time that gay comments would have been appropriate, but, I don't know if where you have the quaff father. Speaking of the quaff father and quaffs and quads together, I haven't spoken to quad father in months, like literally in months, and, he sent me a text today asking me to come on his show, uh, tomorrow. I am going to go on Monday, so I will be over there, on Monday, and on Friday night, I'll be on with Luigi Greenberg, and we're gonna finish, the Harold camping saga that we had done, and if you don't know Harold was this guy about 10 years ago, predicted the end of the world, and it was the second time he had predicted it. But, this time he got people really, really bought it, people really, really got into it, and, I was blown away, you know, I'm blown away that people, uh, followed him and people fucking sold and lost everything, and Luigi Greenberg and I were having a joke because there were the unsaved who would not have been raptured that day, um, who were selling their services to take care of your pets post-rapture, and, you had to pay them in advance because you'd be gone, so that was pretty cool. See what W says here. Well, to make up for coming off gay, he has to spend the last couple of days typing "ban Schmuel from Hackamania" in every chat over and over. Um, yes, yes, that was the other one, and, if I was legitimately banned from Hackamania, it'd save me a couple of grand, so I don't think I would really, mind, but truth be told, Chow's never going to Hackamania, right? It it's I don't get the sense that Chow is the kind of guy that actually, is willing and or wants to face people, to have to talk to them. Uh, it's very strange how that whole thing works. Um, and, uh, yeah, the other part of Chow is Chow likes to play the game of he tries to get you to talk about something. He, like, really tries to get you to talk about something, sticks and sticks and sticks. And then if you do, he will, then, "Oh, you're seething and you're angry, and that's why you're going on, uh, about it." So, I neither seethe nor get angry, uh, but at the same time, I'm like, I've been watching them do their life forms and all that other shit and going on and on and on, um, for a couple of years. And so, I just kind of felt the need because it just it's reached peak ridiculousness with their the panderverse. Um, because if anybody panders, it's them, right? Like, uh there's nothing new, it's always the same thing, it's very repetitive, um, that they're going to hate everybody or they're going to pump people up. So with the whole JMO pump and dump, right? They built up JMO, built up JMO, built up JMO, 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 JMO. Um, and the minute JMO got himself into a little of a pickle, boom, we're no longer supporting JMO. And I know I should be separating, the Dan guy and the Chow guy and the Mir guy, but to me, they're basically the same 3 people. Um, so there we go. See exactly this is, Doctor Chow. Didn't you say the exact same thing on your last show? It's like your chats and your tweets. It's exactly the same thing over and over and over. Um, so I, how are we doing? Pointing that out by example or something? So there we go. And Tarot Destroyer, that's a better question left for, the Shuli Network. I'm not real great at, testicular marriage questions. Um, what? Oh, yes, tell us about it again. Um, how you continually sort of embarrass yourself, but you're also convinced that you're winning. Um, pretty goddamn funny, I will tell you. Pretty goddamn funny. Um, it's like years and years and years, and it's the same thing. Um, so, and Mr. Pineapple points out something interesting. Is it a Lifeform episode 5 on Shmuel? Any repeats? Um, how many have you guys done on me now? I don't know, 5, 6, something like that. I don't know. Like you'd think, that you're so good at this and so good at picking people out and their little quirks and foibles and what they should be doing. You would think with the thousands of shows on YouTube, you'd do better than Schmuel Buckman and OG Mumbling Nick. But again, let's go bottom of the crab pot, right? Because it's like, well, we know we can't move up, so let's just bite the people around us. And yeah, it's just I want to see if there's anything interesting in here. I haven't seen a war like this since Bobby, Nick, and OG Mumbling Nick. Is Bobby Nick the guy? Apparently had his channel taken down. So eh, you know, but it's so funny because Chow thinks he's such a big shot. Yeah, and he's Mr. Cool. I'm 50, but like it's dope. It's dope, man. It's just like I really like dope. Blah, blah, blah. But when Echo Pineapple toasted him a little bit, block, block, block. Couldn't handle the echo. So and I am going to say Dr. Mega G that 2 shows actually in 6 months is a lie. Unless we're saying that 2 shows in October is 2 shows in 6 months if we go back and say we didn't do any shows about him before. But I think you even have an entire series that you're going to do called Buckman's Buddies or something. Wasn't that one of them? But yeah, Chow blocked the pineapple. So I think that was really funny. And Dan blocked him too. Good luck finding TSM to ask them how's Rumble, surely. Very funny. Yeah, I kind of wanted to get into that. Oh, Buckman's Cox. Buckman's Cox. There you go. Thank you very much for that. Yes. So I would love to interview presidential candidate Joey C. But Joey C has not taken me up on the offer, and he he doesn't think that. Ozone, this is our life. We're watching Schmuel Buckman take it in. What's great is Ozone, I think the fuck, it's hanging in my ear. You, Decline Host, and those guys are really the people that, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be doing this today. I really liked you. Kim Nicholson 420. Wow, he's big time. Whoa, he's big time you. No, he's actually not. It's payback for past events. So there we go. That was my stuff with Joey. So yeah, so beefs in the Dabbleverse, I guess that I'm brought into mine. I have my own, and then I'm brought into other people's. Send the OG Mega G the link. Do not cower in fear. Your boy, OG the Mega G, had a very convenient flat tire last Friday and missed the debate that he was so prepared for and was bringing clips to. And OG the Mega G doesn't come on the show because he says he's going to that's his way of trolling me. And then after Friday, he sent me a DM with his sort of proposal of how he proposed to handle all this stuff um, in the future, and I very kindly said, "It's all good, all good. I'm waiting for it." Um, it's a Kleinhost's favorite show is Mir Musk, and it says Harry Dunn. I've actually heard that. I don't think you're the first person to tell me that. As a matter of fact, I do believe um, the words that what I was told specifically was that it was the perfect show. That OG Chow and whatever, uh, Skarika and somebody else was the perfect show. Right, I did what I just said. I said it was all good, right? Isn't that what I just said? I said it was all good. All right. Um, and of course you don't remember. Of course you don't remember. Convenient, convenient. Um, so Dave Sarah will be joining us as soon as he gets his parents' scripts, and we can ask him all the panhandler questions we want. Um, how long does it take to change a tire? I don't know, like 10 minutes max. It may take longer if you're afraid to break a nail and maybe like scuff up um, your do and makeup and all that. So probably. Um, so there we go. Eckel, I was told it was a very unique flat tire, um, and was sent a picture of a car with a flat tire. Um, and I would find it hard. Um, I should say find it hard. I would not find it. I I was like, it could have been a picture of any car, but, it probably was his. But, why not just take the air out and do it? Mac, I didn't have a spare. Of course not. Of course not. So, Brian Landon wants to know what's going on here. Brian, we're discussing raising the amount from 20 to 50 at the next Hackamania. Um, and we've decided we would do that if you were next to me and you were handing out yours. Uh, see the lights coming through the window. Um, uh, I know these guys take super chat money, but accepting cash from mommy or lavish presents seems very poor. Um, maybe you're right. You know, I will say that mommy did not buy Ray the infamous jacket. Um, I do think that she assisted a bit, but I think that I do believe that he purchased that himself. But I can't guarantee that. And so there we go. So yeah, come clean, Schmuel. You handed out 20s to Ray and Dixon's greedy little raccoon hands. Nah, I don't. Look, I don't do cash. I am much more of a take you out to dinner kind of guy. Buy a drink, stuff like that. I'm not comfortable handing out cash unless you're like a doorman, um, or a server or something like that, or taking my bags at the airport. Um, then I'm all about cash. So there we go. Um, I'm trying to figure out only because Chow and Dan are so insistent on it. Um, and it feels like it feels very JMO-ish to me, where we had JMO Inc. and all of the chats, like, no matter where you were, and now we're seeing Panderverse, and they keep trying to push this Panderverse, and, I I have to laugh because today, I'm sure, uh, that I could find it, Granny apparently or, Chow, and this is one of the reasons why I love Chow. There was a comment that apparently I spend my time on chatters that have quote unquote "clout" in the verse. Um, and somebody apparently else was on the show, and this is where you get like where Chow does a really good job, and he's like, somebody said it wasn't, I don't think it's that big of a deal. And then somebody mentioned this other guy, and he's like, well, with your new independent voice, it's important that we call these things out. And call me out to uh, for supposedly this clout thing with chowders. Now, I've been accused of clout with everything. Um, I sort of have a different view of it. Um, I don't think that I would necessarily call it spending time on people chatters who have clout versus other people. Um, but the people that have clout in the chat have clout because they earned it, right? I mean, because they're good chatters. That's the reason why. It's like, um, what would you who whose chats would you rather talk about, you know? Would you rather talk about the quality that like NJ Ranger gives us or a Schmuel Buckman chat, you know? Obviously. Um, everyone does the same thing, but there we go. And yes, I got my clout from pandering. I don't have clout, you moron. Um, I'm an old man, and basically people put up with me is really what it is. All right. Um, I definitely it's not clout. I get a feel sorry for that guy. Um, and this is the key to what I say. So, Dr. Chow, unearned clout for you, Buckman. Um, how does one earn clout? That's what I want to know. So, we've had, you've got your buddy with the Danny boy, um, who has been at this for years and years and years, loves to tell people how to do it, and doesn't seem to be taken too seriously. And I've got a guy like you who's um, just chats and trolls and chats and trolls. Again, years of this. And uh, your show draws about what my show draws. So I don't, I don't, I can't quite, I can't quite figure it out. So is it that I'm supposedly unearned clout because we have equal numbers of viewers, but I did it in a shorter period of time than you, or that you've been doing it forever and can't seem to break through, you know? And you're a talented guy. Like you could do like that's the thing. Like it's very interesting. I just I wonder what it is about you that makes you um not want to uh, try anything. You know, and when I asked you and Mir what your plan was and where you saw um, your show going, you both were, I don't know, for lack of a better word, embarrassed to say anything. So maybe it's your fear of clout. Maybe it's your fear that you might be found out that keeps you from getting the clout you so desperately want. But I don't know. I I don't know. I'm trying. I I'd like to figure it out. Um, and I don't understand. Um, and the Brian, like Brian Lennon says, all right. Even I have 40 plus viewers at 4 a.m. Nothing to be proud of. Yeah, it isn't. So to say that I have clout, even unearned clout, it's a little ridiculous. Um, uh, because I don't do it. I will be in AC. It will be my 3rd year in AC. The only problem with this year in AC is the Borgata is actually making me pay um, for the room. Um, I do not believe for a minute that you don't want clout. I turned down your show 12 times because I don't want clout. Um, I think you turned down my show 12 times because I don't have any clout. And that's what you do. Um, uh, Johnny had 250 plus the other day. If we're talking about the same Johnny I'm thinking of, the stuttering Johnny, he had 300. It was either 379 or 349 yesterday or the day before. So uh, that was pretty amazing. Um, and admit I turned on your link 12 times. Chad, I've sent it to you over and over again. But what's interesting about you is you don't have the balls to say I'm not interested in doing your show. You're always like, well, I don't have the time, and this is happening and that's happening. Um, And even with the other day, with the debate thing, which the convenient flat tire with, the DM was about, "Oh, we'll schedule it, and, we can do the first half, we can, like, ask questions, and, we can do that stuff." Um, so, I it's like, be a man. It's not that hard. You can just say, "I'm not interested." Right? Um, but yet you keep saying you tell me that you wanna do it, but if I send you an offer or link, you turn it down, and then you come on here and go, I turn it down. I turn it down. I I don't wanna go on that show. I'm a big man." So, there we go. Oh, Johnny Carson, was it one of his 4 AM streams? Um, that that we got, maybe he hit that, what was it, that karmic sweet spot of all those people in China, that are awake at that time of the day. Um, so, so I think it's pretty cool, and, Johnny's a good guy. I'm always happy to see people do well, but, it's no skin off my nose, you know? Um, I'm not actually going to, care whether or not other people do good, and which is why I get called a ball washer, I think, because, I say that I think and I like other people doing well. Um, I don't spend a lot of time, trying to go over, um it is nose. I don't spend a lot of time, um, going over, uh, particular individuals and, um, particular little foibles and stuff, but, I will have to say that, my buddy Echo getting to 1,000 subscribers, an Aussie guy at 1,000 subscribers, um, and doing killer shows is quite amazing, and, I have never seen Echo, uh, tell other people what they should be doing. Um, and I guess it's the old, that sort of paraphrase of those who can do and those who can't teach, right? Um, but in this case, it's those who can do and those who can't uh, keep telling other people what they should do. It's very much bar talk, right? You know, like you sit in the bar and the guy next to you is telling you how to do everything, but he's been in there since 3 in the afternoon, uh, drinking away. So, all right. Uh, I like the Echo. Uh, Echo Pineapple, a steady schedule certainly helps, but whatever. Um, it's consistency is a part of it, but I think that when everything that you're going to tell me is essentially what Jamir and Dan have done, except with Dan, he gets very bitter. He was doing Friday nights for a while, and then Kevin Brennan started doing Fridays, and Dan did an entire show about how mad he was that Kevin started doing Fridays because it was cutting into his audience and it was all about Kevin's uh, super chats and whatnot. So then Dan switched to Thursdays. Um, and most normal people would have just switched to Thursdays without looking like a hurt bitch. But hey, not everybody does that. Um, and Kim Nicholson, I do not feel threatened. Um, Nor do I. And Kim and I have had some interactions, and I think that I come across as a person who, hopefully, I come across as a person who doesn't feel threatened. Dan's like a Tolkien character. That's funny. I get the feeling that he's probably really tall and really big, but he looks like he's about, I don't know, 5'3", and the uniform, right? The hat and the glasses. I mean, come on. But I have to give him credit because he's got an ego size the Goodyear blimp, man. Um, I could not imagine going out buying Schmuel War Order hats and then wearing them um, on my stream. I don't even know if I could wear them. I think it would be embarrassing. Um, but look, he does it. He's invested a bunch of money. They were handing tons of shit out in Atlantic City, hats, cups, and 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 all sorts of stuff. Um, so I will say to you that merch probably isn't the way, because if merch was the way, um, he'd be number one by now. And I will also say, if you've ever seen WATP merch, it stinks. The logo stinks, the colors stink, everything stinks. And there we go. Yes, KB, you should cancel the Schmuel World Order merch. The only Schmuel merch that's coming anytime soon will be the stickers. I'm getting some Schmuel stickers, and there we go. Um, NLO has the worst logo I've ever seen. I think I would disagree with that. I could see how you wouldn't like it, but it's it appeals to people, and this is which sort of leads me into that other part of it, is that um, you don't one of the issues that with not issues, but one of the things that I've noticed um, is that there are people that tell you how to do things, but they firmly believe in this is the right way and this is the wrong way. Um, and but yet people have different tastes, and some things different appeal to different people. Um, and I can watch the Pineapple and his clip stuff um, and really enjoy it, and I can watch Husey and his non-clip stuff and really enjoy it. Um, I can also watch some guys that do clips that stink, but if you're not, to me, if I'm not enjoying this, if I'm not having fun, if this becomes work, if I just then um, I I I I don't understand it. Um, Be nice 66. It's subjective, man. Exactly. Um, did I put that up? It is subjective. Um, and there is stuff there are stuff that there are things that are objectively um, factual, right? Which is, I was it Dan was putting up. I think it was Saturday or something. I saw a tweet where Cardiff doesn't do anything and Tukey offers nothing and blah blah blah. Objectively, right? I say they're objectively funny. You might not, but objectively, they have an audience. The objective fact is that Tukey particularly draws about 1,000 viewers on his show on Saturday. So that's objectively proving that there's interest. So, there you go. May not be for you, and you may not like it. You may be a puppet, but the deal is he's working that out. And there you go. So, oh, you don't need to ball wash the pineapple just because it's in chat. I ball wash the pineapple all the time, chat or not. Yes, Lardif. And if you get to meet Lardif in person, he's actually one of the funniest people. So there we go. Wearing a turtleneck is like being strangled by a really weak man. R.I.P. Mitch Hedberg. Yes. Which would somehow apply to me if I were wearing a turtleneck, but I am not. This is a neck gaiter because it's chilly and I'm a pussy. Dr. Chow, the Mega G, you don't know what you're talking about. Of course, I don't know what I'm talking about. I never have, which is kind of the point. Lardass, Stand By Me. Didn't Lardass grow up to be somebody like very attractive? So there we go. Assertions aren't facts, you fucking moron. Are you talking to me? Because a fact is that Tukey has 1,000 viewers. So the fact is that there are 1,000 people that find him interesting. The fact is, if you're not one of those 1,000, you don't find it interesting. And oh, Dan's only doing one guest appearance tomorrow. Then isn't it on at all? I can't. Oh, Dan's only doing one guest appearance tomorrow. Then isn't on at all the rest of December. Good for him. I'm glad that he's taking off. And it's a fact. Dr. Mega J. A fact is you didn't show up on Friday. That's a fact. There may be reasons, there may be excuses, but it's a fact. And that's a fact that I am well aware of. Roy Cohn. I was talking to the mega retard Chow. Now. Let's not get in there. here's the deal, right? Opinions are opinions, facts are facts. Most of the stuff we share are facts. Excuse me, I'm an idiot. Most of the stuff we share are opinions. Some of them are backed up by facts. But what a troll does, and honestly, I admire Chow's ability to do it, is to mix in a little fact with a lot of innuendo and opinion, and then make a determination from that, and then stick with it. So there we go. So, I don't think I've said it enough, Chow. I think I got plenty more times that we'll be willing to hear about it. You know, I'll tell you what. I'll figure out. I'll try to see if I can pull it up somehow. If there's someone can calculate the number of times that Chow's called me a ball washer or a clout chaser or whatnot, and you can give me a definitive number, I will then use that definitive number and hold myself only to mentioning that Chow failed to show up. After making promises to people about coming loaded with clips, and he had all sorts of stuff, and I was going to be owned I was going to be, and yet I wasn't. Is this show just being mad at Chow? I got, you did the Keanu thing, and that gave me the inspiration for this, Dean. So that's where we're going. No, I'm not mad. I'm actually not mad at Chow. I just think it's funny, and I think it's funny that that it's the guy loves to go after people, keep repeating the same nonsense over and over again, and but when somebody else does it, it's bad. Very, very typical. And I was bummed that Chow didn't show up. I was bummed that Dan wouldn't do it, wouldn't meet me, wouldn't do me, wouldn't go on face to face with me, right? Because it's just like, if you're gonna talk shit about me, right? That's allowed. You can do that, but do something face to face. Joey C, okay, who is probably the biggest fraud in the Dabbleverse, went face to face with me. So there we go. And Dr. Chow, yeah, the last 3 shows were about it. And again, how many Lifeform episodes have there been about it? How many shows has Dan done about it? You guys are, it's funny, man, how sensitive you are when people point out the things that you do to other people. But I don't know, man. It's just interesting. I just find it interesting. I find it interesting that I've always found it interesting that the guys that like to talk a lot of shit are never the ones that are willing to go face to face you when they say stuff. And I'm going to give the one guy I wouldn't think. I'm going to give my friend Chad Zumach. I say my friend jokingly. At least Chad had the balls to show up in AC, right? And he certainly could have gotten his ass kicked. And he didn't, right? Now, somehow I can figure out a way because this whole show is going to be about me um, clowning on Chad or Chad on Chad, same thing. Um, but yeah, but I got to get into this the mommy and Ray thing, but the mommy thing. Uh, I have to laugh. I'm such an idiot. Uh, I was asked, I was told a long time ago about this divorce, and I was asked not to say anything. And I didn't and kept my mouth shut. And then it's in there. Uh, Sweetiekins, you're the flight. I don't fight. Um, I'm perfectly happy to discuss things with you face to face. But I don't run away. I don't get flat tires because my hair was coiffed or some bullshit like that. Um, so, but in any event, I was asked the mommy thing. I was asked quite a while ago to not say anything, and I didn't. And and it's always hilarious to me whenever I'm involved with Ray. I always get asked, "Don't say anything." You know, I want to tell you something, and don't say anything. And I and I don't. And by the time um, I eventually see something, I find out that it's completely public knowledge that it's so funny. Um, and yeah, I guess it's the mommy told 50 people about it, but didn't want it to get out. But the great part about Ray is Ray clues you in on stuff as if it's the biggest secret between the two of you, you know. And I I play along, but it's really funny because you know that as soon as he gets off the phone with you, eh, eh, then there's somebody else at the end of a call where Ray's gonna call and, you're gonna tell them exactly the same thing that he said to you. So, it's I I quote unquote keep the secrets, but, I've noticed that they're never actually secrets for very long. But, I really like the mommy thing. I gotta be honest and say, I I did no seeing her doing all this stuff and whatnot, I have no idea, like, how she stayed married as long as she did. I mean, um, very weird, the thing. So, I like her. I just feel like that I don't know, I just wonder sometimes, like, if maybe she was, like, this really hot, attractive girl and drew all this attention, and that's where she got, um, you know, that's what she learned, and then after marriage and kids and stuff, um, she that's the only way that she knows how to get attention, so she does it, and, it was, what do you call it? But it's just strange, the whole thing to me. But when we were in Atlantic City, I don't know if Lady KB's still here, but she flirts with everybody, and I'm not some people in Dabbleverse. And it is hilarious because she gets these poor guys to, like, follow her around. Now, I don't think anything ever happens, um, but it is very funny, and, there we go. So, um, speaking of what I was speaking about earlier, my buddy, I'm not because I don't think that anything happens. Um, if anything, Johnny Chopsticks, maybe a tease, but I definitely don't think, whore. And big fan, W. We're all big fans, and that's the other thing from the other day is not when I talk about like uh, saying shit but not confronting people and not having the balls. Um, I did watch somebody the other day who Dabbleverse tough guy, Mr. Knows Everything and everyone else sucks, sliding out of the room, uh, calling W big hormone as some sort of slant or uh, or slur or own. Um, but yeah, didn't do it at any point during the time with which uh, he could have gotten a response. It was just sort of this little pussy attack and then go. So yeah, big hormone. Oh yeah, big hormone. And I, look, the truth of the matter is, um, guys like Big W, and I hope that I was once like him. We're used to getting our balls broken and busting chops and all of that. But the kind of pussy little last little minute hit, um, mm, not something that we like too much. But if in any of this, if anything comes out of this besides the fact that you're determining that I'm demented and or whatever, um, uh, the one thing I will say about the Dabbleverse is I've met a bunch of people, and most of them are very cool. The women are lovely, enjoy everything about them, and most of the men are really good guys, but there are a significant number of weasels and that will talk shit about you behind your back, will pull off the big hormone thing, uh, you know, uh, it- and but they wouldn't do that to somebody's face. Um, they uh, it's like, oh yeah, it was just good natured ribbing. um, and look, I realize in 2025 it's tough to be a man, um, but it's important, I think, that you be one. Um, and so if you want to confront somebody, right? Confront him, talk to him. Nobody's going to get in a fist fight here. Um, you could go face to face. Um, so, because it's sad to me when I see these older guys, um, or adult men, I should say, not older guys, but but when I see these, they should be adults. These guys are old enough to like have kids and families and stuff. Um, living like their lives are on the internet. Um, and everything revolves around trying to own someone else. I don't know. I find it a little disturbing. I don't think it's great. I don't think it bodes well for the future of the country. And I also do find it funny, um, because particularly a whole bunch of them consider themselves on the right side of politics, uh, and they're tough guys and anti-immigrants and blah 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 blah. But um, they wouldn't last a night uh, in a shed in Nigeria, and really don't get the fact that by being born here, you won the genetic lottery. You didn't have any choice in how you got here. So there we go. Exactly, Echo. That was the whole point. Um, Chris, this is my rambling stream. There was a point to the show at one time. I'd actually prepared something, but then I felt that people were trying to force me into having guests and certain guests uh, on the show, and I thought, I don't like that. I don't respond well to try to do that, and I've been trying to stretch as long as I can to get Mister whatever. Oh, stupid! Uh, just got here. What time does the show start? Schmuel is ascertaining a certain semblance of digression. I am. Um, I'm digressing uh, from many things. Um, See, this is really interesting. I would like to think that Panhandler is a regular co-host, but he's not. Panhandler is a what do you call it? Free agent, and uh, does and can do what he wants to do, and he also wasn't planning on coming on tonight, so I don't want to go there. Tuna Town wants me to send Dan the link. Um, I could, but I'm not going to. Mostly because you want me to send Dan the link. No, I'm kidding. No, you know, Dan um, made a pronouncement that he was never going to stream. He was never going to do anything again with me again. And then when given the chance, uh, he turned it down. So um, I'll do it at my convenience when I feel like it. But for right now, I'm getting to enjoy the fact that he chickened out of a debate, and we'll go with that again. Um, Dr. Mega G, this story again. It's like Mir Musk, isn't it? Right? Same thing over and over again. Except I haven't asked anybody how many Black Hawks they've had. Um, Roy Cohn Esquire, ban Chow until he shows up. No, I'm not banning anybody. Um, Panhandler's not banned. Dixon's not banned. Nobody's banned. And I haven't really figured out exactly what's going on in this Dixon Panhandler beef. So Chow wants to select Schmuel as his Dabbleverse father figure. I don't know. Could use one. Not me, but could certainly use one. Nice to get some manliness in there. Stealthcast says I'm 35 minutes behind this episode and still years ahead. Dude, you made me actually feel good about myself the other day because I really thought I was like the oldest irrelevant person in the Dabbleverse, but I found more. So there we go. I just want to check something and see if if anybody bothered to answer it. I put up a Twitter poll. I'd be happy to. KB is always welcome if you're serious. If she really does want it, what do you call it? Put up a Twitter poll for 30 minutes, and we can get 17 votes. And I'm asking, when is it legitimate to strike a channel? And the choice is safety risk, physical harm, loss of income, hurt feelings, and never. It shakes out. The winner is at 41.2%, never, and safety, physical harm, 35.3%, loss of income, 5.9%, which I thought would be the number one answer. Excuse me, I didn't think it would be the number one answer, but I thought it would be up there. Was 5.9, less than 6%, and hurt feelings were 17.6%. So 17% or 18% of 17 people feel like if you get your feelings hurt, then you should have the ability to strike a channel. It's kind of frightening to me. Kind of frightening. But there we go. So what's the over under, you guys, on stealth staying, right? 6 months? Is that let's go less than that. 3 months. What's the over under on 3 months? What do you take it? I'm thinking about 3 months. I'm thinking that within 3 months he'll be gone. And hopefully this time not because he was DMing young women. Not there's anything wrong with that. Arch to younger women. Because I do know he I'm sure he was giving them advice on how to run their life. Or will he get into a fight? Will Sam Bibley chase him off the internet? I don't know. And Sam Bibley, my answer wasn't on the poll. It's only okay to strike when it's funny. I think there could be an argument made that you could also strike when it's not funny. Horribly bad. A show like this. So there we go. Let's just see. I've got, I guess, copy. I will pop her a link, but I don't think, I have a feeling she does not. Oh, I keep doing this. I wish Twitter would let you. Desktop Twitter version has sucked lately. Sucked. Dixon is on. I just sent him a clip. Of course you did. You're the Dabbleverse Hall monitor, keeping us all in line. Let's see. Now, here's the deal. This is what I know. Oh, wow. Apparently, Panhandler blocked Mersh as well. So the way that I'm understanding that this all got started was that the chat, if I understand correctly, or Karmic was planning on sending Mersh the link, or was it Chow? I'm sorry, I keep saying Chow. I've got Chow on the brain. Or wanted Karmic was going to send Dixon the link, and Panhandler went into the chat of Karmic's, paid $5 to let Karmic know that Mersh and Dixon were in cahoots together and they were just out to get him. And it was distasteful, at least to me. I wasn't thrilled with the behavior. I don't like it. And then there was a chat later on where Panhandler had said he just wanted to fuck Mersh. Jesus Christ. He just wanted to fuck Dixon. And I don't know how I feel about that. And I'm, I was only finding this out as kind of we were going to air tonight. And so I don't really want to talk to these guys until I knew more about it. But I don't know. I feel like you're trying to like cut off content a little bit, and KB, which is what Panhandler's guru or god or whatever. KB lets Karmic just sort of slide way too much. So I don't know. I've never been a fan of trying to cuck content, and thank you. And so it was like it really was a cucking of content, because it's not like when when Rochi, R word, when Rochi was trying to keep me from getting on with Stuttering John and Ashley, in that I hadn't proven myself. We knew and the likelihood is I would have fucked it up anyway. But we've had such great Mersh, Karmic, Dixon, Karmic, Mersh, Dixon, and Karmic content. Like, why would you try to get in the middle of that? And that's kind of what I didn't understand. But I'm also having an issue with, and I will discuss all of this with Panhandler. I'm also having an issue with this not a guy, not a guy, not a guy. But yet, if you're trying to keep content off to either fuck somebody, but really fuck somebody at sort of not the behest necessarily, but just because you knew Brennan would like it. Are you a guy? And I mean, you're on. Every time I turn on YouTube, you're on a stream. So, I does that make you a guy? I mean, I don't know. Dave, Sarah, have you been listening to any of this?
No.
All right. So here's my question.
Sure.
Is Panhandler a guy or not a guy?
No, not a guy.
Okay. And then what would make him a guy? Does he have to have his own show?
I'd probably start there. I don't think Alva's a guy either. But like Flimsy and Ranger are turning into guys.
Right. So then what do you call somebody who's like on every stream all the time? Like, you can't basically turn on YouTube without seeing them in our universe. And then
Guybrid.
And then trying to fuck other people's content up.
Troll Guybrid.
Okay. It's doesn't really roll off the tongue very well, but I get.
It's supposed to get really sticky on the tongue, actually.
Okay.
Troll Guybrid.
Sounds more like a steel toe kind of thing. So why did Panhandler block you?
That would be a Toll Guybrid.
Mm-hmm. So why are you?
I don't know. He called me a traitor, said something about something that I did to him. I don't know if it's maybe coming on this show or something. And then he called me a traitor, and I sent him the meme of the move from the movie Anchorman. The I don't believe you, and he blocked me. And then I tried
Uh,
to send him the link for the Dabbleverse Awards Saturday, and I couldn't send it. And I'm like, that's weird. I didn't even think about it. It like failed sending, so I tried to send it again, failed again. I didn't even think about it. And then yesterday or day before yesterday, I'm like, wait a minute. Why can't I retweet this message from Panhandler? Wait a minute. He's blocked me. Well, that's good. One less thing.
ah. Um, so what did you think? Whether I'm making you aware or not this for the first time. So the other night in Karmic's chat, Karmic was getting ready to send the link, I guess, to Mersh or to Mersh, and he was going to send it to Mersh, and Panhandler paid $5 to tell Karmic that Mersh and Dixon were colluding and don't send him the link. Cucking content, so to speak.
I think all this blocking and stuff Panhandler doing, including blocking me, is a work from Panhandler. That's my personal opinion.
So it's a personal work. The final boss, $1.99. Send Panhandler the link. Also play theme song I made you. When did you send me this theme song?
Well,
Because I
also,
don't
I
have.
mean, well, I wouldn't be able to send him the link, so you'd have to send it.
Yeah. But no, we're not sending Panhandler. He's not supposed to be on tonight. As far as I know, he's not around. So, but
I'm not
also
saying to send it to him. I'm just saying
no, but
I
also
can't.
too, I got the what do you call it? The Dixon. Did you see the Dixon thing today? That he won't go on any show or support any show that Panhandler goes on because he's tired of Panhandler shit.
Oh well, something I don't have to worry about because I don't have guests on my show.
Right. There you go. So I don't know. I just the work though. So if it is a work, then he's got to be. It's like a work in his own head, though, right?
I mean, again, we talked about this the other time. It's like, okay, like Felicia Gillespie, like going out with Karmic X. Like, if you're intentionally okay, if the other person is in on it, then it's a work. But if you're trying to do a work by yourself, and then trying to and then not telling the other person that you're not in love with them, that you're only doing this because you're in love with Pat Dixon, so like that's called deceit. So I don't know. I mean, I'm breaking my own rule here, but I think in his head it's a work, but in reality he's just blocking people, and that's just deceptive. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. Roy Cohen Esquire 499. Ava isn't a woman, just like there's no such thing as a virgin birth. Both are provably false because of science. Okay. I don't know what one has to do with the other. Um, and I agree. I guess. Thank you. Thank you for.
Yo, by the way, I just realized yesterday who fucking Roy Cohen is.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
You guys just don't know your history. Dave, you can leave it on. We'll live with the background music, background noise. It's actually better than you going on and going off.
Okay.
Because it makes me think there's something wrong with the audio every time you turn it off.
Okay.
So watch Chow, right? I've been busting Chow's balls all night. Buckman lost out on 2 pairs of balls to wash, both Dixon and Panhandler today. Wah, wah. Yes, that's what happened. I lost out on 2 pairs of balls to wash. So Chow's been trying very, very hard to kind of start this new thing with the Panderverse and me being a ball washer, and it's like
More like Bandiverse.
Yeah. So let me ask you the question. It's just like, what do you like with this? Like, you got the ball washing stuff or whatever, but what is it? Just a troll? Is that just the name of somebody who just keeps coming with the same shit over and over again, uh, trying to sort of own one person or multiple people? Um, the final boss and I have a fun back and forth, right? But I'm not doing shows about him. And the Chow doing continual, shows about Schmuel Buckman, I find hilarious because I'm like a guy with like 40 viewers, and how much time am I worth?
Well, I wouldn't say that because your viewers are here watching you, so you must be worth it to them, right? And they're paying you money, so don't say that. But I don't really know what your question was there. What is a troll? Are you asking me what a troll is?
Is that just a troll? Is what
Look,
Chow does
it
just a
might.
troll, or is he trying to be like Uber
Oh,
troll? Or and don't
oh,
answer that yet. I'll give you a second to think. For two
sure.
pounds, Rochi 888, Dave.
Money,
You know English
money.
cigarettes. Is Stealth one?
Yes. No, no, I don't. No, stealth is he's not one of those, but I worry about his sexual proclivities. I worry about them sometimes. Look, doing narcotics and drugs are dangerous, but having weird sexual fantasies and engaging in them is also weird. So, and can be illegal in some countries. That's all I got to say about that.
Interesting. Interesting. Are you saying that there might be some places where they throw them off the roof of a building?
Maybe. And
Interesting.
that's where and I believe that's called the Riyadh Comedy Festival.
Ah. See, I thought it uh wasn't good enough to make it at home. So let me move to this foreign country where I'm taller than everyone, and
Yeah,
you
well,
know,
if
I can be unique. I can be unique and special just walking down the street. And I like being unique and special.
yeah, imagine my disbelief when I moved to Japan and realized, hey, everybody's the same height as me. Oops, whoops, not really standing out as much as I thought I would.
I I I I I think they're a bit uh what do you call it? Shorter. Um
Yeah,
uh
they are, but they
right.
wear high heels, so
And Dave, Sarah is a Lifeforms co-host.
life forms.
Are you? Okay. Cool. And you did a Schmuel show there, right?
We did, yeah, it was fun.
All right.
Um, um, Let me say this. What was the question? Oh, yeah, the troll. Look, honestly, the sign of a good troll, a great troll, one might say, is someone who is constantly keeping the hosts and co-hosts of these shows, especially when they're making money, keeping them honest. So whatever they got to do to keep people like you and me honest, they got to do. So you can't. You just. It's an everyday part of life. You know,
I gotcha. I thought,
a buzzsaw a buzzsaw from a woodworker's perspective is not a bad thing. But if you lose your finger to it, it could be a bad thing, right?
yeah. See, I always thought like the best trolls were the ones that you didn't know were trolling you, not the ones that were so obvious.
No, I think the end game is the most important. The end game is because a troll doesn't care about the means, right? The troll cares about the ends, and the ends always justify the means. So the mark of a good troll is one who just, if you're Louis J. Gomez and you don't want to, and you're Louis J. Gomez and you own a podcast company, right? That has a whole paywall system, yet you come on YouTube and you try to make some super chat money off of the people who already are not going to your thing. people like Numero Josh Denny fan are in the right to try and kind of keep YouTube clean of stuff like that. Like, bro, you got your own platform. Go be on your platform. You don't need to be here fucking panhandling money, right?
Right. I got you. I got you. I just it's just that I'm always best gotten by
Table
the
saw,
people,
I meant, not a buzz saw. Table saw.
but I'm always best gotten by the people that I didn't know until after I was trolled, you know? Or those are my favorite trolls. Those are the ones that I laugh at. All right. Stallion 19, the end tower is just a 5 means. Two things. Thing number one, I have I did just get the DM from Final Boss with a theme song, which I will play as we exiting this evening. And I was making fun earlier of Dan from Nice Podcast Stupid wearing his own merch, but I was not making fun of him. It wasn't because he was wearing his merch that was funny. It's the Dan World Order part that I thought was funny. So I apologize. Believe me, if I had a Schmuel Buckman hat with my little red logo and it looked great, I would wear that. But you would not see me wearing one saying, Schmuel World Order. Schmuel's the best. Do what Schmuel does. That's actually not bad. A troll is someone who dresses up as Darth Maul and thinks it's acceptable in 2025. That's pretty goddamn funny. But Schmuel's an expert on trolls too. No, Schmuel is asking questions. I thought a troll was. That's why I'm asking Mr. Sarah what a troll is. That's how we do this, because I am old and generally uninformed about things. Yeah. So I grab an opinion. I have an opinion. Right. And then I ask about that opinion and I learn. See, that's the way it is. If I just didn't say anything, I would then go through life not knowing what a troll was. I could go to my death not knowing what a troll was and, what I would have missed out on.
Yeah. I've been to Darth Maul before, too. It was in Crenshaw.
Darth Maul is just, to me, one of the funniest Star Wars characters ever, because they sold that fucking thing and sold that fucking thing and sold that fucking thing. And what was he in the movie for? Like 30 seconds? So I have to laugh. Chris Mack, this has been a very confusing stream. You betcha. It was intentionally, no, it wasn't intentionally confusing. I'm just up here doing that. Danny Boy, if anybody knows about gatekeeping, it's you. So I will defer to you on what that is. And we obviously, we're not gatekeeping trolls. We were trying to understand what a troll is. I
like to think of myself, instead of a gatekeeper, I like to think of myself as more of a keymaster to the trolls. Oh, I am the key master and you need a key. Sorry.
It's like the guys, it's like the other guys, who want to gatekeep and keymaster.
Hey man, St. Peter was a gatekeeper, is a gatekeeper, isn't he? Can't be that bad, right? Not too bad of a gig. You get it from the big man himself? Come on.
Yeah, I know, but you never know.
Even right? God has gatekeepers.
I don't think I would judge St. Peter until I actually got to a gate that I needed to get through.
Nigga, you think you're judging St. Peter? You're judging you.
Yeah, okay. Ooh, look at this. This I think is an offer. Ding, 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 ding. Not
Key
Victoria.
bump, baby. Give me a
I
key
got
bump.
your key.
Key
There we
bump, baby.
go.
Oh, give me a key bump. Yeah, actually, one time it was pretty funny. Like somebody who kept on saying, you keep going that way into your bathroom with your keys. Why do you keep going to the bathroom? You doing key bumps in there?" And I'm like, "No, oh, this is kind of funny." No, and I had to explain that. No, my brother. We have to lock the refrigerator door because of my brother. So I had to go take the keys to the refrigerator anytime I want to open it.
That's funny. So, Dr. Chow, the Mega G, slop needs to be called out. Why does it need to be called out? Number one. And two, what makes you think you're the person to call it out? These are the questions that roll around in my brain. Um, there's a line I think that people use in AA, which is, does it need to be said? Does it need to be said now? And does it need to be said by me? So,
Oh shit! You know what? I gotta admit something. I'm actually really embarrassed. I'm very, very, very embarrassed. So yesterday I go to Walmart. Fuck. Okay, so you know that shirt that I had that says, um, sexy, something sexy sober. It's like
okay.
sexy
Yeah.
something sober. Okay, and it's like and Chris Neff gave me that shirt. He's sober now. You know, he's been sober for like almost 10 years. So he gave me. He's just like I had to. He just let me have the shirt, whatever I wore. I needed it for something. I forgot. I think I slept over his house or something. Okay. After he fucked me, he gave me this shirt to wear. Okay, so I was wearing it yesterday, and this like Asian guy, kind of younger guy, probably like in his 30s, 40s. He's like, "Hey, can I take a picture? That's a sick shirt. Can I take a picture?" I was like, "Oh yeah, no problem." And it's like sexy something sober. He goes, "Are you sober?" And I went, "Yeah." And I just walked away. I felt so bad. I just felt so bad. I'm like, "Ah, fuck." I don't want to tell him no, and then like just wearing it ironically. Like I felt bad because he was so excited about it. He's like, "Let me take a picture of that." I was like, "Okay."
You're gonna hurt.
I fucking sober valor. I stole sober valor.
Uh, so I would say Echo Pineapple is Slop Nose Slop, Fair Dinkum, um, and Dr. Chow because I'm a gatekeeper. Uh, Not a great one apparently because all the gates that you've tried to keep, the people just keep sliding through and actually look better. There was a
why
lot
you
of gate.
pan?
There
Why
was
you
a lot of
pandering to
gate.
Chow right
There
now?
was a lot of gatekeeping. Final boss. Like it appeared to me like they were trying to do final boss gatekeeping, and I got to hear final boss on Echo Pineapple show this weekend, and I was actually kind of impressed.
Have you ever bowled before, Buckman?
Bold.
Yeah.
I'm 64 years old. Of course I've bowled. I live in America.
So
And I
you
used
know
to live
the
in Buffalo, like the bowling capital of the world.
so you know the object of bowling, right? It's not just to knock down one pin; it's to knock down all the pins.
Right.
Right. So keep that in mind next time you pandering to Dr. Chow.
Yes, that's how I was pandering to him. You
Pandering
missed
emotes with an R at the end in
you
chat.
you missed the wait, Starship Troopers. Robert
Starship
Hein,
Troopers.
was that Heinlein? No, that
That's
wasn't one of
the
his, was
supposed
he?
racist. The supposed racist.
They're all
Starship
right.
Troopers.
They're
Supposed to be.
they're
It's
all,
supposed to be like a. It's supposed to be like a euphemism for SS, and like there's all kinds of like. Supposedly, I didn't. I never read the book, but supposedly the book is filled with all kinds of like racist intent.
I don't think so. I've
I
read the
like the
book.
movie.
I read the book, but there's what do you call it? It
Well, you look like a
definitely.
white nationalist's dream, so I don't know.
Well, no, I mean definitely there's a whole the book is about a lot of things and there are uh Nazis in it for all practical purposes, or Gestapo, I should say, but
Were they the good guys?
they're not the good guys. Um,
Thank God for
I
that.
uh, I Chow, congratulations. Crashing out is one of your favorite terms. So we've got crashing out, we've got seething,
I hate that word. I hate seething and coping. I hate feels. I hate
Right.
all that shit Kino Casino says. I hate all their nomenclature. The bell too. Ugh. I use
May,
crash out.
maybe
I
that's
call it
where
a mango.
maybe that's where
An
maybe that's where
808.
Chow's getting it. Maybe he's watching Kino Casino and then
Seethe and cope.
stealing the language, yeah, the seething and the coping, because he does a lot of that
That
stuff.
was, I mean, seething and coping was like a toe thing for a long time, using seething and coping, and then Johnny Crutches was using it all the time, and Melton was using it all the time, and everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Seething and coping, over and
Well,
over again.
Aaron was right. Melton was using the seething because Aaron started with the seething. Because that's what Aaron was
So does
saying was that
Chad, yeah.
they're all set coping and seething. Speaking of Chad, I did get blocked today because Chad put up a Twitter poll with the 4 reasons why he never wanted to have children. Um, Nick Reiner, the Menendez brothers, and I had to ask I
Ray DeVito.
his number right his what was his number one reason, and I put up I thought your number one is not a restraining order, like, because I thought that would stop him more. I did get blocked from that. um so Lady KB, Buffalo was the bowling capital of the world. When I lived in Buffalo,
Power to the people, brother.
which was in the late 80s, I think. Buffalo had a huge Polish population, and it's may not be true, but anecdotally, it had more bowling alleys per capita than any place in the country, and like Milwaukee was like second. Um, and speaking of bowling, Ashley Cummings brings up an interesting question: who got kicked off a bowling team?
I never did. I was on the Boy Scouts bowling team, but that's pretty much it.
All right. Anybody knows who got kicked off a bowling team? You can put. I do. I know the answer, but I want to see if you guys do.
Is that like a Big Lebowski question or something?
No, it's a from the weekend in the Dabbleverse question.
Oh wow, I have no clue. I'm glad I don't know that one.
Um,
See, that's great for 2026. Most likely to get kicked off a bowling team.
yeah.
It's gonna be hard to find a woman, but
Yeah.
I would assume Lady KB is in the lead with those ankles.
No, the old Lady KB would get kicked off a bowling team because she was too good.
Wow,
That would
way to
be
pander.
no. Imagine. Yes, I'm pandering. But imagine Lady KB being. You're on a bowling team, right? And you're there going. You're playing your bowling team. You're a bunch of women, and then the other bowling team shows up, and they're all like 5'4", 5'5", little women, and KB at 5'11", right?
Yo, what's up, guys? I'm here to fuck shit up.
With giant tits comes in and is like, whoom, gets to use the women's bowling ball.
Jessica, your approach is slow. You need to speed your approach up.
Yes, bowling is subjective.
That's a
very
that's
nice.
A rough,
be nice.
That's a rough impression. I got to work on it a little better.
Yeah. Lady KB is the best.
Towers over me, dude. She
We
gave me
now
one of
have-
these. She gave me one of these. She went bonk. She went one of these. Give me one bonk.
Chow
And her
has
hand was,
given
like down here.
Chow has given us 3 pandas.
Panda.
Yes, Mir, Chow, and Dan, the panderers.
Panda. I made
The
it out of
panders.
clay.
The panders.
Panda.
The panders.
Something day.
All right. And Harry Dunn has the correct answer. The correct answer is MJ, or Mary Jane, the newest entrance of women into the Dabbleverse.
I was gonna say I don't know who the fuck's Mary Jane.
So, hey, okay, I'm out. This is Stealth Chaos. Normal speed is too boring.
Tee ooh.
It's yes, it's it took a long time. It really did. It took a long time to get rid of stealth, but we did manage to do it in under 2 hours. So that's it. But I have noticed that stealth definitely likes to be the center of attention, and when he's not, he doesn't bother to stick around. So
Well, tell him to go to Hiroshima and Nagasaki in fucking 1945, and we'll see what happens. Could be the center of attention there.
yeah. Stealth is 6'2".
Stealth needs the
Maybe
center
in
of.
night, but probably in maybe 98, 2003. I bet you're closer to 6 foot now. Go ahead, Dave. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying. I was just gonna say, Stealth needs to visit a therapist at the center of attention.
No, Stealth is the therapist. He would fix
Fuck
the therapist, right?
I tried, guys. I tried. It's hard to make Schmuel. You know, I'm
not
working overtime here, guys.
All right. Let's just see here. All right. So, we could pop into this real quick. But I'll do Echo Pineapple because he's staying up late tonight. Stealth, someone is on your phone still typing. Schmuel acknowledges he thinks he's better than everyone.
Acknowledges.
Yeah, I am. What do you call it? Yes, I totally don't think I'm better than anyone. But if that's your perception, I'm fine with it. But there we go.
So, what other news you got on the docket?
All right, hold on. And I agree once for a change. I haven't agreed with him in a long time, but I have to agree with Dean Galloway from Perth, Australia. Dave, don't blame Schmuel for your bombs. So, all right. So, let's get in. Right, but Lady KB. Oh, is this because you're 6'5" or something? I think we were, or 6'3", and Lady KB. Yeah, but we weren't talking about your height, right? 6'3" guys are a dime a dozen. 6'3" women, not so much, and not women as tall and as buoyant as Lady KB and as attractive. So there we go. Pandering to Lady KB. Go ahead. So MJ, Mary Jane.
I hardly knew her. I made that same fucking joke last time too.
It's good. It's good though. You can. It has a lifespan. You know, it's not like you're a crashing out ball washer that we've been hearing for 6 months. So that's cool. Roy Cohn loves tall ladies. I don't know that. I don't know this for a fact, but Roy Cohn I've always thought of as short. The real Roy Cohn, not Roy Cohn Esquire in our chat.
I mean, I love tall ladies. So I've been with a couple tall ladies, but when I say tall, I'm talking like 5'8", which is like my height. I'm like 5'8", 5'9", and somebody in chat, who was it? Be nice. I was just thinking about that like a month ago or so. Like, it would fucking super chat. The chatters would bury me if they saw a picture next to me, and if it was me and Chad next to each other. If I was and even the same height as him, I would get buried.
Right. Dr. Chow again. Let's pander to him.
Hopefully, I'm much taller than him.
It's not a competition, Buckman. Then why do you make it that way? It's that little trio that are always trying to make everything a competition. The rest of us don't give a fuck. All right. Stealth, I thought you were leaving. Tuna Town, 6. Be careful. They may have BPD and lie about you on Clown Town.
Bet Patrick David?
Who the fuck knows? All I know is that anytime anybody kind of gets
Pat Dixon
gets Stealth in a way, like, you know, pulls something out that bothers him, he claims it's a lie. So I don't know whether it is or it isn't, but that's the claim. Wow, this cigar took a lot longer than I thought. I am 5'8". Well, I was. I'm probably 5'7" now, but I was 5'8". Um,
My license
uh,
says 5'9", but then again, I can fill it out myself.
I I once dated a woman who was I was a legit 5'8". She had to be a legit 5'10", and she broke up with me because she felt bad um, about it. Because she felt like when she wore high heels and stuff, that I felt bad. Uh, and that's
I'm
the
like,
reason she used for breaking up with me. Then married 2 months later and had a kid about 12 months later. So I don't really think it had anything to do with the height.
yeah, I'm
But
5'9" on my license. I mean, I'm probably 5'8" without my shoes.
yes. Oh, and
I'm not tall enough for Victoria.
our friend Dr. Chow is trying to get me banned from Hackamania. Uh, if I get a refund on my shit, ban me, please. Ban away. Um, so there we go.
That's rude. You're your most coveted vacation of the year. And you're just gonna allow somebody like Dr. Chow to ruin it for you, dude? Rude.
I have to be honest with you. Going to Las Vegas, I love seeing all the people and I have a shit ton of fun, but I am so done with Vegas. I
But
really wish it was someplace else.
but you would definitely travel to Ohio in February to watch Ray DeVito play Chad Zumach 1-on-1, right?
Yes, I would.
All right.
Just
Cool.
to
Party
support,
time.
just to
All
support
right.
Ray. But the real reason is because I have family there and I could see them. And
Chris Mack's
hey,
lying. He's not short and fat. He's tall and skinny.
how do you feel about? He seems like a tall and skinny guy.
He is.
How
I
do you
met him at Skankfest.
How do you feel about staying at people's houses? So if
I don't
I were
care.
if I were having you if I were paying you to come to an event, right? Would you?
Oh,
And I said to you,
at my
all right,
level, I wouldn't care.
I would say to you, listen, I'll give you a what do you call it? I'll give you an extra $100 if you sleep in my spare bedroom, or you could have a hotel. Which would you do? Which
No,
would you
no,
take?
no, 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 no. I would say keep the $100 and I'll sleep at your hotel room. Is what I'd say. It's at my level currently. If I'm Chad or Ray, I probably, depending on how much I get paid for the event, if I get paid less than $1,000, I'm probably saying taking the $100 and sleeping in your room.
See,
And then Chad maybe might be one of those guys who's like, no, give me the hotel, pay me the $800, give me the hotel, and just be done with it.
yeah, I
Personally
thought
speaking,
I thought we were talking more like
I'm just giving you
253.
examples.
Yeah, no, no,
Yeah.
no. I thought, but Stuttering John was very proud of the fact that he will stay at the club owner's house
I know that's so
instead
fucking
of.
weird, dude.
And I'm like, I can't. Roy Cohn, Schmuel, can you ask Dave to keep his sound on? I have. Roy, thank you for the $1.99.
I think he's trolling you, but okay,
No, I think he's being serious.
okay.
Only because what happens is every
I
time
get
you
it.
no, but every time you turn off the sound, no, it's every time you turn it off, we all think that something happened to the audio.
I know, but then you hate this, and then you
Well,
hate
that's one
this.
thing, but the noise in the background, like
Okay.
there's like a
Well, when
fan
I-
noise or
when
something,
I-
that's
I know.
easily we get
Okay,
used to
that's
that.
All right, cool. It
All
gives
right.
it ambiance.
Big Black Newport.
Chatter of the year, baby.
Smile dot. It was he?
Yep.
Oh wow, cool. Was
Free
that
chatter
like?
of the year? Free
Was that
chatter
a
of the year?
Was that a DEI win, or is it really true? Because
He
you
was a
guys,
late-
you
he
guys,
was a-
every time a black guy wins something, you're always like, oh, it's a DEI.
When you say you guys, you better be careful what you say when you say you guys. But he was a late addition to the final grouping, but he was in the grouping with like 12 people, 15 people almost. At least 10 people.
Wow. Roy Cohn, $1.99. I am trolling and serious.
Wow. So I still don't know if I should keep it on or off, but okay.
You just could you
I'm keeping it on. I'm keeping it on, Buckman.
appeal your co-host? And I did tell you that we received a number, or I received a number of DMs talking about how magical it is, you and I being together.
Yeah, well,
Um,
nobody wants to hear. Nobody in this universe wants to hear anybody agree with anybody. You just gotta fucking. And then also, nobody wants fake. Okay, I'll argue this side and you argue that side. So you gotta. You just gotta. As the kids say, you gotta keep it real.
right? Oh, wow. Wow. All right. So did you see it was Stealth probably did the best clip, but did you see the Keanu, Chrissy Mayer, MJ event the other night with about the trans stuff?
Oh, that's MJ.
Yes.
Oh, I kind of started watching it, but the whole walk off thing and all that stuff that was in the title, like for whatever strange reason, gave me anxiety, and like I already had like the douche anxiety, the anxiety, like bubbling up, and I decided not to watch it.
Gotcha. I mean, it
Same
makes
thing with the
sense.
Panhandler video from Doom. I started to just get very cringed out very quickly. Just
Which
thinking
pan
about
which panhandler video was that?
there's a Doom video from Panhandler. There's a Doom video about Panhandler.
Where he's cucking the content. That one with
It's the
Mersh
most
and
recent ones from today.
yeah,
It's something like everybody needs. This is not a test. Everybody needs to block Panhandler now or something.
right. And
Which I thought is probably a little excessive from Doom, to be honest with you.
the well, it's what's said in the clip, but
I understand that, but I couldn't even start watching. I was like already like, ugh, I'm not. I don't even care.
I gotcha. And somebody earlier said that Pat Dixon said it was a joke, and that's not actually what Pat said. Pat said it's not a big deal, but he did not say it was the joke. I think my personal opinion, knowing Pat and having watched that, I will say that I thought Pat, and both Pat and Mersh were pissed off um, at our friend Panhandler for trying to cuck the content. Um, okay. Uh, Big Black. If you saw it, or if you saw the clip, um, sounds like Dixon. I rated Panhandler last night. Yes, it sounded like that to me. Um, uh, oh, I guess he's talking about he spazzed like a chick. According to Dr. Mega G, who Dr. Mega G knows everything, so it must be right. Um, uh, Pat
I
Dixon
wonder.
is
I wonder
the
if
absolute
Panhandler.
biggest geek in the Dabbleverse, but one of the funniest, man. I love Pat Dixon. Go ahead.
I wonder if Panhandler's an only child.
I don't know, but I think that I don't think you would
Are
be
you an only
wrong.
child, Buckman?
No.
Yeah. You don't
No.
look like one. You don't have the
No.
complexion for only child.
No, I'm fucked up because I was the middle child, a child of divorce, a child of religious strife, a child of all of those things.
Okay, I don't care.
I know. Um, I'm 100% a Pat fan. Thank you, Don JR2, and thank you, Echo Pineapple. Stealth, I thought you were leaving. Go. Um, Kim Nicholson. I am an only child. What's your point, Dave? Dave? Dave?
I'm an only child. What's your point? They could be, especially men, when men are only children. And by the way, Brack, you're not an only child. You have a twin brother. Duh. Stupid. Um, Sisto, I think the name is, right? Anyway,
Stock's the guy here. Why not? Go ahead.
no, stupid. It's from Space Ghost. You fucking idiot. Doc's the guy. Are you dumb? You think I'm that fucking retarded? Okay,
Yes.
Brack is a character from Space Ghost. I'm not that retarded. Especially men, when men are only children,
Mhm.
They could be a little pedantic. They could come out like little dandies sometimes, if you know what I mean.
Hmm. Not a bad call.
Women, it's different because women already societally are pampered, and technically and typically women who are pampered by their parents and only children, like in that sense, they actually end up marrying a classier person because like when your parents shower you with jewelry and gifts. I'm not saying that that's what you have. That's not what happens with only child. But I'm saying like if you're only child, you're getting all the resources of for the child, right? It's not being divided. So whatever that can be afforded to you will be afforded. But like, if there's that old trope, like if you get your daughter, 1 carat earrings, then like when a man tries to get her half-carat earrings, she'll be like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? That's kind of like the mentality I was going by.
I I dated, uh, my first girlfriend, of any length, and I actually somebody who I dated later on for a long time, the same girl, is an only child, and, the hard part about being with someone who's an only child is they don't know how to share, um, and they're
There you
also
go.
and this young lady was kinda lazy.
Well, I'll honestly go and say that only children will live a lot of times in the extremes of something like that. The scenario of sharing, they're either really good at sharing and then lose all their shit to sharing, or they don't share any of the stuff. And it's because they probably had to, growing up, if you're an only child and you don't share with your friends, then you don't have any friends growing up, right? So that's kind of like a life lesson you learn as an only child. I feel like because I kind of felt like I grew up like an only child almost because my brother's 12 years older than me, my sister's 6 years older than me, so it's like they were already kind of like in and out of the house when I was like developing and stuff like that. When I was a baby, you know,
Yes, and Kim Nicholson 420 says, "I do like being alone." I, was only commenting on one person. She's not the only woman I've ever dated that, um, did not like sharing, but, um, it's definitely a learned behavior because I lived alone for a long time, and it became very hard for me when, a woman would enter my life and we would start living together. Um, my current wife, uh, Mrs. Buckman, uh, has no, uh, nothing is your own, everything is ours, and it's a very strange feeling, like, she'll pick up my phone to use my phone, and there's nothing in there for me to hide. She knows what the password is, but yet when she picks it up, I'm like, "Why did you do that?" More though, it's like, "Why do you touch my stuff?" You know?
yeah, I get that. Definitely living with somebody accelerates the process of like, it definitely exponentially it accelerates the relationship process. It turns it into dog years almost. And so like, I was with the girl the only girl I ever lived with. I was with her for like 6 years, and then we moved in, and we were done within 8 9 months. And um, but to your point there, that's funny because so like I was like working and making good money at the time, even, and but she comes from like a super wealthy family, and the apartment we were living in was owned by her father. It's like 8 units that basically he was paying her an amount of money to like look after it,
Right.
and it was like fucking cakewalk. And once in a while on a Saturday, I have to go and fucking fix a leaky faucet and shit. And he trusted me. He knew my dad. She was half Armenian, half Chilean, so like there was like, but she tried to like do that to me. She tried to be like, no, 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 you can use like just take money from my bank account. I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm not taking money from your bank account. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Don't worry. I appreciate it. But like sometimes, yeah, like you know, Chad's feeling that now, ain't he?
What's that?
Chad,
The
Chad, Chad's
being an only.
the no, the well, I mean, the only child thing's one thing. Well, shit, that actually explains a little bit. I mean, he's kind of sort of an only child, right? But no, the living with a girl and how it accelerates the process of the relationship. Holy
Chad,
shit, Roth.
Chad, I didn't think that I didn't think the girlfriend existed. Um, I I want to going back to the only child thing. Um, the I think there's a lot of positives uh, for only children. In the ability to like they'll get what they need and um, not necessarily a lot of money issues when they're kids, but when the parents get old and the parents need to be taken care of, and it falls to one child, that is some tough that's some tough stuff. And so, everything changes. I saw a, Ralph asking, oh, Dave's this is very funny, Stallion 19, "Why is there so much baby powder around the sink?" Dave's landlord.
Yo,
I'm s
doing coke around the sink is fucking child's play, rookie ass college shit.
uh, Harry Dunn, Dave, good move dumping her and going full-time internet.
I did
Um,
dump her though, by the way, and actually the 10-year anniversary of our dumping, of our breaking up is coming up this Valentine's Day. I broke up with
wow.
her 2 days before Valentine's Day.
Wow, that's
10 years
brutal.
ago this February. Yep.
That's
And
brutal.
and we're still friends today.
Oh, that's cool. I will tell you the funny thing, like even after 13 years, the shit that I don't get used to is like when I use the scissors, I always put them back where in the place from which they came. Um, and my wife never does. So I spend, or she'll move my keys or my wallet, and I waste so much time looking for things. It just, it makes me insane. Absolutely insane. Uh,
Bro, she was in Vegas the same weekend Panhandler was in Vegas actually. She was in Vegas and like it's 1:30 in the morning, she's drunk. And again, we've been broken up for 10 years. This is last month. This is October 31st, Halloween night. She texts me like she's like my exes are idiots. You can confirm. I'm not responding to any of these. She just goes, this is 1:30 in the morning. My exes are idiots. You can confirm. We both know you confirm wholeheartedly. I'm your biggest fail and every other man in my life. And then 2 weeks later, no answer to her. 2 weeks later, what's the measurement per capsule again? Talking about the Molly that I sold her like a month before that. So like, it's like fucking, and then I responded right away, point 0.1 to 0.15.
Brack puts up, I had a girlfriend who lost everything literally every day. Where's my purse? Where's my keys? Where's my wallet? Where's my ID? Where's my et cetera, et cetera? I have a bit of that with Mrs. Buckman, and it will make me crazy. The other thing I find with Mrs. Buckman that makes me nuts is she talks to herself about these things, and I always think I'm being asked. It's like, "Oh, where did I put my wallet?" Like she'll just say it out loud. And then I'll be like, "Well, I don't really know." And like I start getting up because I feel like I have to start looking for it. And it was just her, just sort of where I would say internally, "Oh, where's my wallet?" She says it vocally.
Well,
So,
this is well. I know I know I'm gonna call it extremely gay for this, but one of my favorite movies growing up was the movie First Wives Club, and don't ask why. I don't know why. Probably the singing. I don't know, but I used to actually I think I had a little crush on the fucking horse face Sarah Jessica Parker. Sarah Jessica Parker. Anyway, so there's like a scene where Sarah Jessica Parker, she like buys like all this shit at an auction, including a Ferrari, and her rich husband's like, a Ferrari? Why did you buy me a Ferrari? She's like, it's a birthday gift. It was supposed to be a surprise. And she goes, it's a birthday gift for me. You bought it with my money. I bought myself a birthday gift. What? I love that shit.
That's a
Fork.
I I had a friend, a girl friend, not a girlfriend, but a friend who was a girl, and her boyfriend was a bum, and he never had money, and he was always borrowing money from
Hold
her.
on 1 second. Decline host. Dave, just stop. You don't own me. You don't own dun. And don't tell me what to do. And don't tell.
In any event, what do you call it? Now I've completely lost what I was going to say. So let me go back to something somebody else said in here. Da 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 da. Let me try to find it. Da da da. I don't know. I lost it. It'll eventually come back. Let's just say,
Yeah, the Eureka theory. If you don't think about it, it'll come back to you.
well, also too, it was my friend. I've been ball washing pineapple all night tonight, but
Right.
he's got chats. So this is. I was saying this earlier. I've been told that I'm only ball washing chatters that have clout, right? This was Granny's complaint about me today, and I think I'm of the opinion that these people that they're calling ball washers that have chatters that have clout. I don't think it's clout. I think they're good chatters. That's why they're recognized, right? Like, because they say good and interesting stuff. And so that's
a lot of. I mean, you say that, and some of that is true, but a lot of it is just quantity over quality. Like if you're everywhere, they're just gonna be like, "Oh, hey," and then you're always, and if you be like, "Decline host," or Brock, or be nice, that was funny. Like you're gonna gain like if you do that to everybody, you're gonna gain fucking points around town everywhere. It's easy to do that shit. But if you are one of those people that is a good, that's why we have the awards, right? We try to make sure guys like Big Black are known, right? I'm sorry.
But I guess my point of that is that
I don't even mean what I just said right now.
If you're doing a stream, right, and you're trying to be entertaining, and the chat is a part of your stream, like ours is, you kind of want to. Those are the chats that you're going to bring out and put up, right? Like, you're not like, would you just put up the boring chats or chats that aren't terribly interesting? A Schmuel Buckman chat is an example, like mine suck.
I don't know, Buckman. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the answer to that is. If I knew the answer to that, I'd have a much bigger audience and channel, I'm sure.
It's I guess it's possible. So let's see. Oh yeah. So I think PASP is also on the avoid panhandler. Is also pissed at panhandler, but I don't know.
Wait, what's PASP?
Pretty antisocial podcast.
Oh.
Basically, somebody put it up in here where I said this, right? A Thompson, Karmic was going to have Mershon while Pat was sniping. Panhandler super chatted Karm, telling him not to have Mershon because he's in cahoots with Pat. Yeah.
I don't even think that's a big deal. That's fucking good gamesmanship. Even if it's not true, who cares? It's like
Decline host Eccles sucks. Thank God for Decline host because we wouldn't be here if it weren't for Decline host. He was such an important part of getting this thing going.
Okay. Honestly, Panhandler doing that fucking honestly, that's better for the show. Who the fuck wants to see Karmic on with fucking Pat Dixon and Merch anyway? It's gonna be two of them just fucking talking, like, not, I don't want to say talking down to him, but like, it's gonna be the two, and then Karmic's gonna curl up into a ball. No, you're right. No, yeah, no, yeah, no, you're right. No,
It's
yeah, you're right. And so
the
it's like, you want to see him fuck. Like, if you're entertained, the only way he's gonna make money and keep doing this is if he fucking, you know, he's in his own chair. He's in his fucking Al Bundy seat with his hand down his pants, and he gave all his last dollars to his family, including the dog, and they've left the house, and it's just him and the TV. You know, quiet time for Karmic. But in this situation, quiet time for Karmic is taking kratom and drinking and yelling and crying and acting gay and putting on a mask, right? So
that's what I think we always get great content when Karmic is on with those guys. And Panhandler definitely tried to put the kibosh on it, and particularly because he was just trying to fuck Dixon. But how about some loyalty to Panhandler Buckman?
if a
Don't
dude like
worry about.
Panhandler, if a dude like Panhandler can pay $5 to fuck Dixon, then like then whatever Dixon and Mersh had in plan really wasn't worth it, was it? If like if you're the whole if your whole night or whatever, or if something you had planned is is easily killed by a $5 super chat from Panhandler, then whatever you had planned could have probably been, could have probably done without Karmic.
I think the point is that they didn't have anything planned. It was
That's the
just going.
problem
It was just going to be funny. It just
in
would have got
pandering.
would have gone on there. Stop worrying and have Panhandler's back, Buckman. I would, uh, and I do have Panhandler's back in most things, but I'm really against the trying to block people from doing stuff like that. I thought that was pretty funny. Um, so I thought it would be pretty funny because you had Panhandler and Doug Nelson sniping, and I thought that would have been great. But, so it was content that we missed out on. So there we go.
That's a good point. That should be a fun campaign. We should start inundating Dixon with like very high end specific music questions, like, you know, I can't even describe it. I wouldn't even be able to ask one because I'm not even that literate in music. But like, be like, what time signature was that in? Was that in 5/6 or in 7/8?
I asked Pat, this was at Hackamania. I said, I'd known him for a long time. I didn't know he could play the piano. And I said, when did you start playing the piano? Like, he goes, oh, I picked it up about 6 months ago. And I was like, holy shit. And he let me stew for about an hour. And then I found out that he's been playing it for years and years and years.
Well, if he's been playing it for years and years, I'm sure that he knows something about music.
He does, but I've also had Pat where people have asked him to play complex stuff. And he's like, yeah, no, I can't do that.
Well, I mean, when you say play complex stuff, like off the top of your head, or like reading sheet music and playing it. Even reading sheet music and playing it, I understand. Fuck that. I'm not. It's fucking. I know how to read sheet music, but like just trying to get through some complex shit is like brain. It's fucking brain twisting.
Yeah, I've watched Dixon do it, and I think what happened is with some of these, what he says is, by the time I learned how to play this or to do it, it would be 2 hours. And so he
Yeah.
does, but then he takes it and he will play it in the future after he's practiced it a little bit, or something. But I enjoy Pat's music, but I'm not a fan of the music shows necessarily. I
Yeah,
am
there's a market for it though.
there's there is a market for it. But if you say there's a market for it, then you're ball washing him. So
I
you're not
guess.
allowed to say that.
Oh
Um,
no.
yes, apparently.
Whatever will I do?
And in any in any event, all right. So just to touch on this, and then I guess we'll wrap it up at some point. You give me an end time. Uh,
Fucking, like the lead singer Serge from System of a Down. He had a whole he put out a whole album. He wrote all the music himself. Like he made all the music himself, but he doesn't know how to read. He doesn't know how to read music. He started taking lessons from my friend down the block over here. Greg, his name is Greg Osharian. He started taking music lessons so he can start learning how to read fucking sheet music. Darren is like knows all the music. It's just like crazy concept. Like you can get that deep into the music industry and like never have learned how to read music. It's crazy. Granted, he's a singer, and like he'll play a little bit of guitar here and a little bit of keyboard here and there, but like it's like a whole other level.
yeah, I don't know music at all. And when you guys, two things, when you guys start talking about like certain bands and music, and or sports stats, um, I just kind of glaze over and smile because I have no
Yeah,
idea.
because you're a fucking beta bitch.
Pretty much,
You wear a fucking baklava.
pretty much.
You wear
Tonight
a
I'm
fucking baklava around
tonight's
your
just
neck.
no tonight's just, this is just a neck one. Um,
Yeah, when
I
you're in a Muslim country, you cover your hair too, you
I
prissy
don't
little bitch.
I don't do that. I cover my hair in not a Muslim country. I don't
Cover
have
your
a lot.
face.
I don't have a lot. Um, yes, I went.
Sorry, that was rude, guys. We're going into 2026 trying to be really nice, actually.
My my regular Dominican barber is in the Dominican until after the New Year. So I went to the backup Dominican barber that I usually go to, and he is in the Dominican until the New Year. So I need a haircut. Um, and you see this sort of goatee thing I'm trying to grow? That is probably 4 weeks of hair growth on my face.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
No,
It's like
it's underwhelming.
it's pathetic, right?
Yeah.
It's pathetic.
Yep.
And
You should check your T levels, old man.
it's always been that way.
Doggy. Look
I
at
just checked my T level last month.
what do they say?
Perfectly normal.
Well, that doesn't mean shit.
My only problem was
That don't mean shit.
my vitamin level was very low. My vitamin B
My
level was very
vitamin
low.
level was
My
very
vitamin
low.
B level was very low.
Ugh. They gave me more vitamin E, D, C, J, E, and W.
I can throw a ball, but I cannot shoot straight. But there we
Yeah,
go.
I'm sure Cookie gets pissed about that.
I was what do you call it? I always tell
That was rude.
tell that story of being in the Air Force and having to qualify at the range, and me putting more bullets on
T-1099s.
the guy next to me into his target than mine. So it was the T10. I will send them to Lady KB.
Show us the T-99s.
She's the person that can
That's
handle it.
funny, dude. Shit. I forgot what I was gonna say now too.
Ray's going live. He said he sent me a text saying he's going live with someone named Chris. I don't know who Chris is. Do you know who the regular Chris is that Ray
I don't
has
know,
on?
Chris. Oh, is it the gay one, or the one with the poofy hair?
I have no idea.
I vaguely remember Chris. I try to when Ray you gotta understand a lot of this stuff. It's starting not to stick anymore. You know what I mean? Everything is meshing and blending into the last, I'd say, solid. I can remember before 2022 and after 2022 as far as Dabbleverse information goes. But between the last 4 years, it's all just meshing into one big fucking rat king
I,
of
I
information.
I agree. I was on with Ray and Stevie Lou, and he had over 200. It was about 240 viewers, because Chuki had sent people over.
It's very nice of him.
And yeah, it was great. And of course, what happens is, you know, a bunch of people come over and then you lose a bunch of them,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, so 200, we had a total of 240. After Tukey sent us stuff, it quickly dropped to around 200 as people, got off. But Ray, in Ray's infinite wisdom, felt that the 40 people left us because Stevie and I were talking Dabbleverse stuff and weed and yelling at each other. So Ray had to launch into baseball cards.
Right. That's what he has to do. Oh, okay. Okay. If we're gonna launch into some Ray talk, I got a couple things to go on to real quick. First thing, talking about this. So this morning, so I did a stream last night, and then late last night after I played some video games with my buddies, because I don't want to like stream. I don't want to stream while I'm playing with them, because we talk a lot of times. There's personal information talked about, and I don't want to get into it. Um, so after we were done, I was like, all right, I'm gonna stream some more for few more hours, right? So I streamed until about 3:30, 3 o'clock, 3 a.m. And my buddy Kelsey Hudgens, he raided me again with like fucking 300 people or something, 400 people. Very, 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 very thankful. And again, he already gets off late too, so I was only gonna stay on for another 30 minutes. I hung out for a little bit, 30 minutes, and then at like 6 a.m. Eastern time, 6:30 a.m. Eastern time, around that time, I hosted Opie with like 200 people, dude.
Oh,
And the look on it, he was so confused. He was like happy, mad, weird, confused. What's happening? I think he thought that like somebody was trying to troll him and like buy him views and viewers. And so, because yeah, within like minutes, his numbers went up to like 145 watching. And I'm sure he's staring at that number. And then it gives you a little message, but a lot of times people don't even see it if they don't have their shit open the right way. So yeah, it's funny stuff. I don't think it shows up like in StreamYard and stuff if you get rated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was funny. I saw. Hopefully you appreciated that this morning.
It is funny. I saw somebody did that to Stuttering John, and John was immediately, somebody's buying me viewers.
I think. I mean, that's
he
the
got
funny part.
and he got off. Like, John got off because people were buying him viewers. He didn't understand what was happening. But if you are a streamer, you need to enable people to raid you. So you want to fix that in your settings.
Yeah.
Because the default that Google
It's off,
goes
yeah.
to is off. And because we didn't have a lot on, but last Wednesday I was doing like an early stream, and I wanted to raid. I don't know. We might have had about 20 people, and I wanted to raid NJ with them, and I couldn't.
MJ.
NJ, no, NJ
Oh,
Ranger.
NJ.
Right.
Oh, they. Well, only probably until this last one, they've only been able to turn it on. This last stream, because I don't think you can do it until you're monetized, right?
No, no, you can do it beforehand, because I had asked Cardiff if he would do it for me, and he said you need to change the settings, and I did, and at that time I might have had like 300 viewers.
Oh, okay, cool.
So,
oh, that's cool then. That's cool.
You could turn it on, but it was like, and it was funny because NJ didn't know about it.
Right, because it's a very
I
awkward
didn't know
thing.
about it either. Because
on Twitch it's a huge thing. It's like literally one button, or like /raid and then the person's name, and it's literally that feature alone. In the last 10 years, if you look at all the features, this one simple thing of rating another person's channel, like, has probably made more people wealthy than like a lot of other. It's hard to explain what I'm trying to say, but like, this little feature has probably made a lot of stars out of Twitch because of it. Like, you have a big host from somebody that hosts fucking 15,000 people to you, dude. That could change your life instantly. You know what I mean?
Interesting. What do you call it?
They have a
Old guy
cap on it.
teaches
So
older guy how the internet works.
yeah, no, I'm just but yeah, for the longest time you couldn't even do it really, and then
I think that
it's just very hard to do.
I think the difference is, I think in order for me to raid somebody, right? Like, because I don't have the 1,000 and I'm
No,
not
it's not.
well, let me finish. And I'm not
I am.
monetized for advertising and stuff. I can only raid somebody. I can only send viewers to them if they're live. I can't send viewers to somebody. I can't like if I said, "Oh, I've got 1,000 viewers," and I wanted to put in, "Go check out my friend Dave Sarah," and put your link in, I can't do that. You
No.
know,
The
and
person has to be live or have a scheduled event live, a
right,
scheduled event posted, or you could send it to one of your own videos.
right. You can send it to something. You can send it to something that you have. And speaking of which, I had my what do you call it? I had my dog on stream the other night. I doxed him. So I keep meaning to clip that and put it up as a short.
Doxed is a pretty cool name for a dog, actually.
Yeah,
Doxy.
dox the dog. Maybe I'll name my
Doxy
next
poo.
dog that. I think
Doxy.
we're in the process, and we could have gotten
Doc.
one in time for Christmas, but neither one of us wanted to fly to Indiana to get it. Oh, here we go. Decline
Yeah,
host. This is
yeah,
funny.
yeah, I know. Yeah.
Dave Sarro once rated the
I spread
final.
it around to everybody. Spread it around to everybody. When like fucking he hosted me one time with like 1,000 people, dude, and my chat was flying, and some of them I don't anyway, and then I stayed on for like another hour, and then I hosted Johnny Carson with like 800 people, and he was like, "What the fuck?"
Admit
It's
they're
fun.
paying you to
It
make
feels good.
them interesting.
Feels good to make somebody's day like that, dude. That's like a big plus. Like that alone can literally just get somebody's channel monetized in one show. 800 people watching for an hour is fucking 800 hours of
Right.
thing. It's like you already have the quarter more than you're already a quarter of the way there essentially.
But it's also kind of cool, like if you have a friend who streams who you find interesting, but they're not, they don't get viewers, they don't have stuff. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool to like introduce people to them, and whether they stick or not, that's up to the streamer. Not
And again, so this feature was created on Twitch in 2016. So I just wanted everybody to know that. So this has been happening for 10 years. We're talking about it right now. Just so you know, I mean, I'm not talking shit to you. I'm just saying that, like, this is the thing about the Dabbleverse, too, that, like, everybody thinks that they're all, like, ahead of the time and all that shit. And it's like, no. Super Tip is just stream elements. Like, it's all, we've seen it all before. There's nothing new.
what do they
So,
say?
like, don't get, in other words, like, people want to talk about Melton and all this shit about how he's a piece of shit, we create blah, 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 Super Tip, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no. This idea has been out for a decade. There's
Right.
hundreds of them.
But that is,
He found a market to advertise it to.
well, it's not, it's a,
ate
hold
it
on.
up.
Excuse me.
God bless
It's
your soul.
that's 1,000% true, but ideas are a dime a dozen. It's putting them into effect that change it. That's what the
Hayrur
change is.
Dogos.
You
That's
know?
100% in Armenian.
So
Hayrur Dogos.
yeah. Hey, final boss. Is it possible for you to email that to me at buckman@buckmanpod.com so I can put it in to Evmux and it will work automatically? And what is the correct pronunciation of Evmux?
Don't know. I still think that they should just make it backwards and call it Zumv or Zoomv, because EVMux is a disgustingly unattractive word and name and like just very unattractive.
Yes. So
Word.
from what
Evmux.
I found out is
Ugh.
Evmux is the same company that had vMix. And that's where the name, that's how they developed the name. So thank you, boss. Uh, Buckman at buckmanpod.com. Let's just see here. Very funny that these guys are, there are a bunch of people in our chat that think that rating is pathetic. And don't like it. That it's akin to buying views.
Well, I could see it. I could see, like, I don't want to be like, I mean, I can see how people can be pissy, like, oh, don't take me to somebody else's channel.
I'm not.
But
I see that.
No, I'm saying like, I like, if I'm watching somebody and they're like, it's somebody I don't like, I'm gonna be like, no, I'm not going. So it always just depends. It's like the girl. It's like the cat calling thing. So you cat call a girl if you're an attractive ass motherfucker. You pull bitches, right? But if you're fucking Chad Zumach, what's that word you were asking him earlier that you got blocked for? Restraining order, right? Restraining order. So it's depends on what side of the coin, what side of the.
The client host, go back in the chat and look at
the point is, it's
Chow and
half
several
of one,
others.
6 of the other, half dozen of one, 6 of the other, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Anyway, I'm all over the place today. I'm very high.
Okay. Oh, Dave Sarah from Ashley Cummings. Dave, what about our thing? Is there a hookup in the future?
Well, no, I mean, no. Well, okay, so yesterday, look, here's first of all, I wanna apologize first. Like, I just wanted to touch. Well, I'll touch base after this, right after this episode. But basically, I was thinking, Ashley, I've been trying to do these live events, and like a live comedy panel, whatever. And then I'm thinking, that's cool, but that's the same now. So then I start thinking, Ashley and I might be able to do something where we host live speed dating podcasts.
That would be
Los
fun.
Angeles. And I was looking up speed dating stuff and stuff like that, and I think that's a cool idea. So that's basically what I was going to talk to her about. Nothing's like, we're just in the concept stage right now, brainstorming stage.
Cool.
So I thought maybe she'd make a good co-host, but there's definitely a lot of stuff we got to hash out. I'll definitely call you after this, but there's not a whole lot to talk about other than that.
I had a lovely phone conversation with Ashley and her good friend over the weekend, and enjoyed that very much.
Yeah, but I'll give you a call.
And hadn't talked to her in forever. All right. Well, Ashley says, okay, now the cat is out of the bag. But you did bring it up in the chat.
I talked about it yesterday on the stream. Like on my stream, I talked about, again, you have way more people here than I usually do. But I was just talking about it yesterday. DJ Electric came up with a potential name called Fast and Flirtatious, which I thought was pretty cool. And then just trying to come up with maybe a concept, try to like gamify it in a way, maybe like don't know, like a speed dating something. There's lots of brainstorming needs to happen. Lots of brainstorming.
Brack says, I believe Dave can tear it up if he wanted. Just drop the vices. That's how Dave and I became friends.
That is how Dave. Yep.
Yep.
You told me I should drop the vices.
Drop the vices.
DMs. And then I was like, that's not going to happen. And you're like, all right, do you want to work together? Can you help me build a channel? I said, sure, buddy.
Yep.
And we're still friends today.
So we talked about it. Look, I feel like it's incumbent upon me to say something, but I'm not here to save the world. And, there you go. And you're one of those people that, excuse me, look, when I talked to you about it, you were very rational in the way that you talked about it.
Sure. Well, usually what I say is, look, I do cocaine 15 to 20 to 24 times a year. When you put it in perspective like that, it's like, it's not that crazy.
I gotcha. Um, yeah, it just seems like you do it a lot more.
Yeah, I'm a
Like
very
for
erratic. I'm a very hyperactive guy.
right. So it's like, and the other part of it is because you're jumping up all the time with because of your family, it sort of
There's
gives
constant. I
off
mean,
the
plus
yeah,
my
but
stream is very extremely schizophrenic. Like if like when I'm working, like when I work when I'm at work, I typically have an earbud in my ear with some kind of podcast on, and I'm working. It's not even music. It's nothing like that. So like I'm used to having like background noise and talking over it and listening to other people talk, and I have other things playing, two podcasts playing sometimes. Like I'm used to that shit. Um, and when people come into the stream, sometimes they're like, "What the fuck is this?" And it's extremely erratic.
right.
It seems unhinged, and it is, but that's just I don't know. That's what it is.
Uh, give me 1 second here. I'm having
Like
a
this is what
keep talking.
this is what an energy drink does to me. Like it fucking calms me down. It like forces my body to like self regulate itself because I'm usually in the fucking running around in the red. That when I take some kind of stimulant, my I go over red line, and then my body's like, all right, we need to pump something into you to fucking chill the fuck out.
Um, what's interesting, speaking of that,
Plus the
is
weed constantly 24/7 is probably not great either, right?
I
I know
found
you are,
the
Brack. Don't even trip. I'm not even tripping, doggy.
I
Don't
found
ever be
the
sorry.
I I I found the energy drink calmed me down more than it got me up. Um, but it was weird, and then that's when my niece was like, "Well, you have ADD, Uncle Schmuel." But I did drink this tonight.
Wow.
My
Dried
first
dried shit crystals,
my first Celsius, and
just
I
like me.
don't. According to this, I did not see caffeine listed in the ingredients, so it's probably something else. So my heart will bust out of my chest, and
Taurine, probably.
I will die on
Wait, sorry.
I will die on stream. I was in Whole Foods yesterday, and I wanted to pick up an energy drink, and everything they had was just like mega caffeine. And
Right.
I'd rather just go get a double espresso.
Yeah. Some fucking Armenian coffee, dude. We call it Armenian coffee in this house. Every other country calls it Turkish coffee.
Turkish coffee, and in Astoria, when it was way more Greek than it is now, I used to go into a coffee place where um, there was either a guy or a woman that would do the thing where they would uh, flip your coffee cup over. I think put the grounds on the plate and then
Yeah, and
like
then
read your fortune.
read your fortune.
It,
And
it,
all I know is if they find like a bird or an eagle, it's good. And the closer to the top of the brim that it is, the better it is.
yeah, yeah.
An eagle is the best, but like a bird, any type of bird.
I have no idea what the yeah. I have no idea because I think all that stuff is all bullshit anyway.
Obviously, it's just for fucking, it's for tips. But I think the thing that makes it Turkish, legit Turkish coffee is when they do it in the sand. You know what I mean? Like when they heat up the coffee in the sand.
Oh,
You know what I
well.
mean?
Well,
Instead of on a burner.
Bob Levy wants me to go to Turkey with him the next time, uh, so I can
Of
get a
course he
hair
does.
transplant, and he can have his teeth done, and we can.
If you actually ever do go to Turkey, you buy a backgammon board for me, and I'll give you money for it.
All right. I will be going to Turkey next year. We
Oh,
are
you are.
we are in the planning stages of
Are you gonna go to Armenia too?
hitting that part of Croatia for sure. Uh,
Doggy. How you not? How you gonna go to Turkey and not go to Armenia?
I don't even know where Armenia is. I
Right
mean,
next
I
to
know it's
Turkey.
there, but I don't know.
Right next to it.
I don't know that. Like, and I do know that there are Greeks that are mostly Albanian, and there you're looked down upon.
Dude, you're gonna you would have so much more fun in Armenia than in Turkey, but
Well, I got to go see them all, but I got to go see that Sophia, whatever the hell it's called. Um,
oh yeah,
um, Chris Mack, Montenegro. I used to live in an apartment building in Forest Hills, Queens, and the super was from Montenegro, and the family was from Montenegro, and the son married a Montenegrin girl, and the Montenegrin girl used to make more money in a weekend than I would make in a month. She would go out like doing the at some Armenian club or something. Um, I guess like a bottle girl or whatever, but she would wear like a formal gown and whatnot, and it was
Like a
like
formal dancing gown, like an Armenian dancer,
no, but like
like a
no, a form
formal
like
ball dress.
well, when I would see her going out, it would be like a formal dress, and
But
I
I wonder if that's the dancing.
I thought it was for her to. I don't know. I mean, I thought she was a host in a restaurant, and then it turned out
Oh,
no,
okay.
she's not. She's in this club, and she sits with people and talks to them and encourages them to buy bottles.
Okay,
Um,
yeah. Okay, so she's a fucking. Okay, okay. Like, when you say
right,
club,
like
I'm sorry. When you said Armenian club, I'm thinking to myself, I'm thinking like a banquet hall, not a club. Club. My bad. But okay,
oh,
yeah.
but she'd make tons of money, and I thought it was like stripperish, like that kind of thing. Like
Sure.
I used to have a girl work for me for $15 an hour, and she would go work at a bottle club. She was a young Dominican girl. She would go work at a bottle club, and in a night she'd make close to $1,000. And I was always wondering why she was never interested in working. And
Well, let me go one step further and darker with that story. When I was in high school, I had two friends that were, I was a junior, they were seniors, and they had just turned 18. And already when they turned 18, they were already going to Vegas and stripping. And then they'd come, dude, they would sometimes would ask me if I could hold on to cash for them because they couldn't like keep it in their house. These these girls, fucking, they walk around in school with like fucking 5 grand, 6 grand in their purses. I'm like, you guys are whores, is what I
there
said.
was there was a
And we're
God,
still friends today.
there used to be a comedian. She used to hang around with Louis Gomez stuff back in the pre-gas digital days, like when Louis was just kind of starting out. I think her name was Caitlin, but I can't remember. And
You're not talking about Congdon, are you?
no, no,
Kim
no,
Congdon.
no, no, no. Totally, chicks disappeared, and she
Chris
used to,
Mack would know for sure.
she would talk about how in high school she was like sleeping with men, um, older men and whatnot, and getting dropped off at school, in like fancy cars and shit. And she was basically a whore, um, and
I don't really mean that. I mean, those girls are really not whores, but they really didn't end up being coming out being whores,
mhm.
as far as I know. But they got married at a pretty young age, and they're still married, and so
No,
I don't
this
know.
chick was very much
Worked out
into.
good for them.
She was doing comedy.
Doesn't always work
Um,
out good.
yeah, she was doing comedy, but there we go. Thank you, Caitlin Clark,
That's
and
not who it is.
she wound up. It's Caitlin. You're thinking of Caitlin, the
That's not the basketball player, Caitlin Clark.
I don't know the chick's. Anyway, the chick's name was Caitlin,
You're
and
fucking retarded.
um, her she sort of veered out of comedy. She was doing podcasting pretty early on, video podcasting, and she wound up talking about sex work a lot. And she was focused on sex workers and that stuff. And then she disappeared. Um,
Maybe human trafficked.
but
Hopefully not. Knock
but
on wood.
but who knows? Who knows? All right.
Knock on party
So
board.
the
Oh,
last thing
behind
I
you.
want to hit on was
Yeah.
the Chrissy Mayer thing from the
Sure.
other night with
Sure.
Keanu, which
Yeah.
was pretty interesting. It was this girl, that MJ chick, was
Sure.
was going really, really going after Keanu about Ava, and Ava
Right.
being a he. and that
Right.
she wouldn't call anyone he. Um, and she was complaining. She talked about getting. She'd had problems in a restroom in New York City, but her big claim to fame was she lost her spot on the bowling team to a trans woman. And
So so you're saying MJ lost her spot on, like actually lost her spot on a bowling team to a trans woman? Is what you're
yes,
saying?
yes.
That's a fucking incredible story. Is
And
all I
she
gotta
thought
say.
she was going to be like the next Riley Gaines or something. And people are like, it's a fucking bowling team, you know?
Yeah,
No.
but that's especially. You know what? I mean, I don't know Mary Jane, and I'm not trying to ball wash Ava, but sounds like they wanted to get rid of you because
They wanted to get rid of who? I'm sorry. Oh,
and
they
Mary
wanted to get rid of,
Jane.
oh, Mary Jane.
This doesn't really seem like something about your bowling skills more than it's probably about your people skills. It feels like, you know what I mean? Because the
Well,
type of bowling team that she would be on, is she a really good bowler? Like, is she like
I'm going to
competitive?
imagine, see, I think it may have been about her personality because I could see that being an issue, but I just naturally assumed that, you got this trans woman who can fucking whip a bowling ball, and that's the reason why she lost her spot. It's like,
You know what's gonna have to happen now is like they're gonna have to just start taking over like like anything where there's direct competition is out, but something where you're playing against the fucking, that's where trans is really gonna push the sport. Honestly, wow, look at this. So anytime there's like a score based game like darts, fucking uh um like shooting. Well, they're already really good at shooting, right?
right.
According to the media, right? The lying media. Games basically we're not playing directly against somebody. You're playing against. You're like shooting something, a target, some stuff like that. I think they'll really actually push the women to get really good at those type of things, much better than the men or as good as the men. That's crazy.
It's
I never thought about that.
it's the old, it's the East
But like,
Germans.
but if you're doing direct competition, where either fighting is obviously out, but even swimming or
Track.
tennis, track, these type of things, I think do hinder their movement overall in general.
I think that in
But stuff like
almost
this is sick. I love this. I love the idea of like, please, all trans women infiltrate bowling leagues, please.
I do think
But then
what
one
do
more
you,
thing, I'm sorry, but then that's actually going to be even worse because there's already a lot of turmoil between the lesbians and the trans, and
right.
this is gonna make it even worse
Well, yeah,
because lots of lesbians bowl,
right. There's a
and
lot
and
of
Vietnamese people.
There's a lot
Right.
of Dr. Mega J. Mary Jane has been talking about this forever. She was on Mir Musk 2 years ago complaining about these topics.
Well,
Um, and I'm like, well,
well,
that's nobody saw it. So what are you
life
gonna do?
forms.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Well,
and
I'm
Stealth,
glad you broke the news back then.
yeah, Stealth is what do you call it?
Always
Dr.
ahead of the
Mega G
curve.
always ahead of the curve. It doesn't work. MJ is a turf. I am actually probably a turf as well, Kim. Um, in most things.
What does
I don't
TERF stand for again?
trans exclusionary radical feminist.
Whoa, they have to add, like they have to put the word radical in there, don't they?
Well, they didn't make it for themselves.
I know that
Um,
it was given to them.
it
I
was
get
a
it.
it was a sign. It was
But
assigned.
like the people, whoever makes these, they do make it weird because minor attracted persons, but then radical fucking. It's like, okay, we see the agenda.
Well, yeah, yeah. I think
It's
the
minor
minor
attracted persons.
pot. Yeah, the maps. The maps are out. The maps are
You
out.
fucking turf ass bitch. No maps, maps, maps. Fucking turf.
And yeah, they don't
They-
want to. What do you call it? It's sometimes it's just too complicated to say something long, so it's great to have an acronym for it. And radical
Yeah.
probably was never in there, but we needed it. It certainly sounds a lot better than TEF, right? Like trans
TEF.
exclusionary
No,
feminist.
TEF is like, no, I'm a TEF. I'm totally TEF. Stop trying to make TEF a thing. It's not going to be a thing.
It's not
A
going to
little
be a
more
thing.
little more mean girls for you
It's a little,
on your
yeah. It's
mean
like
girls trend.
he's a pandaverse TEF. But you know, who knows? But it was pretty wild. But this MJ chick, if you watch her stuff, she's pretty fucking annoying.
At this point, I can't gain any more new Dabbleverse knowledge. I lose a piece of something else, so probably not. I'm like to keep in the family of the Bundys. I'm like Kelly Bundy in that episode where Al teaches her everything about sports, and then at the end, the guy teaches her how to. She said the same thing. She's full. She can't gain any new knowledge. You put something in, something else escapes. And then she learns how to hit the joystick. She said, "No, you have to press it, honey, not jerk it." And she goes, "Oh, I learned something new." And then Al's like, "Oh, what? Nope." And then she forgot that it was her father, Al Bundy, that scored 4 touchdowns in a Polk High football game, and she lost because of that.
Wow.
Great episode of the Bundys, probably the best one of
Wow.
Married with Children, probably the best one. And that show's fucking great, dude. Something like that could never air today. It's all jokes about fat women. And
Wow.
fucking, it's crazy how many fat women jokes. It literally is littered with them, top to bottom.
Decline host. I don't think you were here earlier when they were talking about you, talking about Mir Musk. I was told that you described Mir Musk as the perfect show, and I said that based upon what I was told. So um, it, I'm going there because I know that you are a fan of theirs. There we go.
I don't see anything wrong. I think Mir Musk's a great show. They have the good cop, bad cop. Sometimes they both are bad cops, and then there's the drunk cop. Sometimes that's also either the bad cop or the good cop. Sometimes, but they do. It's a good mix of clips and riffing,
I gotcha. I gotcha. And
just like this show, right?
my first appearance, actually, guys,
Don't call it an appearance.
was not on Ray DeVito. It was on with Pat Dixon, but it was on Rumble, I think. I'm not even sure, but I thought my first one was with Pat, but I don't really remember most of the stuff. Um, when I finish this stream tonight, I will be then concerned with Thursday. Dave, our numbers are crashing, and I
Burning.
think
Well, send them over to me whenever you're ready, buddy.
I will. I think it's time to wrap it up, but I do want to play the final boss
Yeah. No problem.
as we go
Thanks.
out. Wait,
Yeah.
wait.
Yep. Yep.
I wanted to talk with you. I need help setting up.
Give me the information. Just
Yes. So we talked about that, but also the fuck is it called?
not give me the. That's not what I mean. Don't not give me the information. I'll do a screen share. I'll do a remote thing. It'll
I'll
be
give you the
easier.
information, and then I can always change it after if you go on a show.
That's not what I mean. That's not.
I'm
why I
kidding,
mean that.
but I wanted to do Social Stream Ninja, and
Okay.
I got a little confused at.
It's very finicky. I would just not. Do you have to do that right now? Is it only because for the memberships? If it's only for the memberships, I'd say don't try to rush to learn it. It's already a very buggy thing too.
I would
But
like.
I'll teach you.
I
I'll
would
teach you
like.
it.
I would like to start learning it. It was just
Yeah.
that the instructions and stuff were
It's
a
very
wee bit
I'll walk you
confusing
through
for
it.
me.
I'll
And
walk you through it.
like I did get it set up enough where it says, you know, you do a test
learning curve.
do a
Yeah.
test message. I did the test message, but even though I did everything they told me to do, it still shows up like
Don't worry, Buckman.
microcosmically small.
Right. Yeah, you got to go in. I know there's all kinds of, there's a million, and like just looking at it for the first time gives you anxiety. I get it.
Cool. All right. So pop off, go live. I will play the final boss video,
And
and
Sniper Ray.
I will, apparently somebody said Ray was sniping us.
That's great.
But I will play
Yo, dog, I heard you like sniping.
I will play the final boss video. Now our numbers are popping up. They must have gone over to Ray and now come back.
Okay, relax, dude.
Oh, good. So A. Thompson and Stealth Chaos, the gay kid from Minnesota is on.
Aaron Emholt? Joking.
And he's, so do that, because if you're not live, I can't send them over. And I am going to play, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, we are going to see our friend, what is called 3 words, Schmuel Rock and Roll, the Schmuel Buckman theme song from the final boss, who I really was blown away when I listened to him on Echo Pineapple, because really the only other time I'd heard him was on Clown Town, the night that he and Ava were having a fight, and that was that there. So let's rock and roll. All right, guys, let's put this over. Let's see. Are you hearing it or no? Oh, I guess I fucked up. We'll start that fucker over again. Thank you, final boss.
Play these 3 words, they're the ones that I live by. With bug eyes, there's nothing that he can't find. We all fly, don't give Buckman the stink eye. Do or die, Schmuel Buckman's an old guy.
Final boss, thank you for that. That was fantastic. Final boss, thank you for that. That was fantastic. Let's play it one more time. Let's play it one more time for you guys on our way out. My God, that was fantastic. And I have to say, I love that you guys do this stuff for me. And holy guacamole, that was good. And thank you so much, Final Boss. You're the best, and I don't deserve it. But let's give it hold the please. And we need to do that. And we need to do that. And we'll do that. And everybody, thank you very much. Without the chatters, this show would not be worth doing. So
These three words, they're the ones that I live by. With bug eyes, there's nothing that he can't find. We all fly, don't give Buckman the stink eye. Do or die, Schmuel Buckman's an old guy. Schmuel rock and roll, Schmuel rock and roll. Go toe to toe with Buckman, he will eat your freak soul, no doubt. It's Schmuel rock and roll, Schmuel rock and roll, Schmuel rock and roll. We get buck with Buckman, we know you're up to something. Scans the chat at a turtle's pace, eyes agape like a ghost's escape. He'll memorize what's the truth and lies. No compromise, face your cruel demise. At the hands of Schmuel, there is only one rule. He'll take your ass down if you think you're cool. He's secretly a lizard from the CIA. Hi, my name's Schmuel. Do you wanna play? These three words, they're the ones that I live by. With bug eyes, there's nothing that he can't find.